The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
It is showtime, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Circle the Bay Podcast, episode 128. Bienvenidos, señoras y señores, a Circle de Debate, capítulo 128. The hosting team is one I've been seeing here with me, Familia, the greatest family of all time, the greatest faction of all time. That is right. And I have, of course, Mr. DeLorean himself, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, what can we say about De Niro?
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
You don't need roads where this man takes. He takes it everywhere from the past to the present, maybe the future. I mean, we can predict the future of professional wrestling from NWA, WCW, WWF Attitude Era, and AEW. Mike De Niro, ladies and gentlemen. That is
right. What up? I appreciate this, man. I am so excited to be back on. Got little De Niro here making his little debut, right? You want to be on Circle Debate?
That's right. The little De Niro
in the building. Long time no see, Tim.
That is right. My brother's here. My brother's here. The real TK, the banger of podcasting, ladies and gentlemen. Because this man always gives banger after banger after banger. And let's
fucking go.
Let's run.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Big King, Wrestling Index Podcast. FloorSapperSports.com. What is up, my brother? I enjoyed it. Man, fantastic prediction show. I enjoyed it. What's going on, brother?
Yo, the devious one, Ivan, my brother. What's up? I will throw it up. And De Niro, long time no fucking see. God, it feels so good to be right back here. I didn't know if I was going to be able to come on. I got to work at 4 a.m., but you know what? I was feeling so hot and heated and passionate about professional wrestling after the prediction show we just did like 5 minutes ago. You know, De Niro's like, you want to come on? I haven't already invited me. I'm like, you know what? Let's go. I'm gonna make it work. I'll be tired in the morning, but I'm gonna make this work. You guys are two of the hardest working men in podcasting, and you know what? I'll stay up a little late to join you guys. My familia, my guys, thank you so much for having me. Let's talk some wrestling, baby.
Hell yeah, man. We appreciate you coming on. Like, honestly, you're part of the family, so whenever
you're
here.
Exactly. You already know. Your family over here, man. You are family. That is right. But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, very quick, for all you gentlemen and ladies who wants to go ahead and purchase for your holiday gift presents, you can go to manscaped.com and you can enter the promo code DeLorean, capitalize DeLorean, and you'll get 20% off of all your merchandise you purchase at manscaped.com. Make sure you enter the promo code DeLorean, capitalized DeLorean, ladies and gentlemen. So you get your, 20% off and buy all the merchandise. I mean, the Manscaped offers. Keep that balls nice and fresh and clean and trim. It makes that shaft better than what it was. What is up, Justin Todd? What's up, my brother? Cheers to you.
Yo, and always use that promo code DeLorean because it's that time. It gets cold outside. You want to grow some hair out, but don't grow the hair out down there, fellas. Keep that shit trim. Give yourself that extra half inch. Make your ladies happy. DeLorean. Manscaped. I'm telling you.
I'm currently wearing the Manscaped boxers, the most comfortable boxers I've ever had. Get the Manscaped boxers, 20% off.
Those are those nice ones where they kind of like hug your leg and hug your balls, make your junk look bigger on top of it. The ladies appreciate it. I'm telling you, man.
Getting cuddled all down here right now.
All right, let's get on it, man. Let's crack a cold one. Ah, there you go.
Salute.
I needed this shit. Fucking work got me tired. My boss is watching. I love you, boss, but yeah, I needed a break. Let's get into the action. There you go. All right. Before we get into any predictions, we're going to get into a little pro wrestling news. Not much, but we'll get into it. But I want to get everybody's feedback on this, and that is, of course, this man won the NWA World Heavyweight Championship at Hard Times this past weekend, winning in that triple threat match against Matt Cardona and Trevor Murdoch. Now, we heard Billy Corgan's comments, him, mentioning, well, I mean, if it's not your cup of tea, then change the channel. I mean, we're trying to, attract, the mark fans and who was actually intrigued and invested in NWA. But wait, what the fuck are you saying? And what do you mean? So putting Tyrus as the world champion is the best decision for you, and this is the reason why Nick Aldis is leaving. And even Nick Aldis' comment, I mean, this is the toxic environment that I ever seen in NWA, which this is proof in the pudding of why he decided to leave the NWA and not wrestle until his free agency in 2023. Now, 2K, I'll go to you, my brother. Was this the right decision for Billy Corgan to put Tyrus the world heavyweight title around his waist?
All right, so first and foremost, I'll just preface this with that I don't watch the NWA. So I'll say that. My boy Sam Adonis was in it for a little bit, so I checked it out then. I used to, when they were on YouTube, yes. Bakley, our boy, Cage My IQ, he was big on it. His girl Camille, he told me to get, I like the Hex, so I got on that shit. So I started watching it, and I was like really big into it. So I watched I binged it like 18 straight episodes or whatever it was, like Marty Bell, and I was like, damn, I'm digging this shit. It was cool for sure. But then I kind of fell out, and then there's this guy, he came from the WWE, he was, I guess, super over. He had an internet championship and shit, and he built this crazy role for himself, right? And then he got fired, and it's oh, okay. And then he became maybe the most over wrestler out of all the wrestlers that WWE fired over the last 2.5 years. His name is Matt Cardona, okay? But let me tell you, if the Tyrus was the plan, then why would you expect Billy Corgan to go away from the plan? Correct. Yep. Back when Ricky and Rosa were there. Yep. Bakley. Yep. It was dope. Ricky was awesome, man. He was so cool. And it's crazy to see how far he's come. But if Tyrus was the plan and that's the reason that Nick Aldis left, then obviously why the fuck would he change it? Because that's his plan and he's sticking to it. So I don't think there's a justified answer for him. What would you do? What would you go away from it? My answer is this. It's clear. It's simple. It's fucking, sorry, Bakley, you're a Camille fan. I'm a Camille fan. The answer is simple. It was put the belt on Chelsea. It was put the belt on Matt, and you let the Cardonas run the NWA because they're that over. But maybe, just maybe, Chelsea's on her way back to WWE, and that's not something that they feasibly could do. But I think Matt Cardona is going to win the tag team titles tomorrow night in Impact, so I don't know how that works as well. But again, maybe there's no answer because Nick Aldis left because they're probably putting the belt on this big guy. So maybe somebody call your mama and De Niro, you tell me. I don't know.
Somebody call my mama.
Listen, Matt Cardona right now is one of the most over people in wrestling in general, not just
Period.
On TV, off TV in general. Right now, he's so over. Everything he touches right now is gold. So I don't know, it just felt weird. I thought, all right, a lot of negativity right now with the NWA, with the whole exit of Nick Aldis. I think the right move would be if Matt Cardona won the match. But then, like you said, there's other factors that go into it. I think that, I don't know, I would have rather Trevor Murdoch at least retain than to give it to fucking Brodus Clay or Tyrus. Give it to the fucking Funkadactyl, whoever his name was, right? The Funkasaurus, right? But the thing is, it's I don't know. The NWA has always been like that the last couple of years as well. I always felt they had talent that was on the verge of getting really hot, but they never ran with them. You always stuck to that old guard, and that's basically what they're still doing here. I feel like they had something, they could have quickly changed the narrative and gave Matt Cardona the title. The narrative would have been, oh, well, look, we're still got some of the most popular wrestlers in the world here. I don't know. I feel like this was a bad move, but
I agree.
That's a Tyrus though. I don't hate Tyrus.
Billy's doing so much.
Can I ask you guys, Ivan, before you answer, what's the big deal with Tyrus? Is because he's a right-wing Republican who's on Fox News? Is that why people hate him?
I didn't even know that.
Why do people hate him so much?
Is he really?
Yeah, no, he got fired from Fox. Oh, all right, sorry, I apologize. Actually, I answered my own question. He was on Fox News for a while as an analyst and got fired because he allegedly sexually harassed a woman there. So maybe I answered my own question. I apologize.
So this is even worse move than what? Wow.
Yeah, my bad.
Because he's not the best wrestler, but now it's
no, yeah, there was definitely things behind it why people, political reasons, not world political reasons, but wrestling political reasons, real life shit, why people hate the move. But sometimes when you talk out, you answer your own questions. So I answer. It's because he sexually harassed that woman and got fired from Fox News. Yeah, on top of his far right wing opinions, which is whatever. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, so I ain't gonna go there. But he got fired for sexual harassment, which I think why everyone hates him. Ivan, sorry, man.
No, it's all good, brother. Good call. And I forgot about that. You brought something up that I
never even knew that. I mean, it makes it a whole lot worse.
Oh yeah,
because that's why people are freaking out about it. Like, there's a reason behind it. It's not just like because he can't wrestle. No, there's a big fucking reason behind it. He's a fucking piece of shit. But it's your whatever.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, bro. Like, I want to see what Justin Time's saying. Here I am thinking Cardona winning a world title was crazy, but he went on to do incredible work. Tyrus, on the other hand, could never do the incredible work. No, absolutely not. He cannot. I totally agree, Justin. I'm with you 100%. I think that could be the case. Try to get marketing, of course, towards the NWA by being on. Okay, give him the title. He's on Fox, and which he did show it up to Fox with the 10 pounds of gold, and I'm just like, I think it's a wrong decision that he. I don't know where Billy Corgan is going with this, but I'll tell you this right now. It's really going to hurt his product. Really, really bad. I mean, it could benefit, as well. It's a double-edged sword because now you can get to have a villain as Tyrus and find someone who could dethrone him, and now it's going to get you invested. I wouldn't say ourselves because I don't really watch the guys much either. I watch whatever I can. But if it's something that that will probably catch my eye, then I will. I'll watch it. I want to see what's going on. I do read what happens in NWA, but I watch it. I really don't. But I don't. It's for me. It has a double-edged sword. It could benefit him. Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, for me, it doesn't really benefit him because you have someone who, like how you mentioned about getting charged for, molesting, that woman, and then you got fired and you got brought back, and because he's a Republican, politics and wrestling doesn't mix. So if they're using that shit, they better not, because especially Corgan, if he's using that to his advantage, he better not. And what's going on, Keith? Yeah, it's right. 2C, his politics, and other side, yes, he definitely is, and that's where I keep hearing around that he's a bad worker. So I mean, best of luck for Corgan. I mean, if this benefits his product, I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, is it going to really the fans, us invested? No.
Hey, Ivan, I don't mean to steal your show, but can I ask you guys, Nick Aldis, where would you like to see him go? Do you want to see him in New Japan doing a G1? You want to see him in WWE working with Cody and Seth Rollins? You want to see him in AEW? What do you want to see this guy doing?
I want Nick Aldis. For me, he could fit in New Japan Strong because that will for the States, because he could be a valuable asset for the New Japan Strong in the in the American side, even though he's not American. However, though, his name and that trademark, national treasure, he could be that national treasure of New Japan Strong. Give him the strong belt. Have him going along maybe Japan, and besides here, main eventing in the States, he can really help elevate that product. And a name like Nick Aldis, even though besides his age, could probably could be a factor for for Gato if he wants to really elevate his market for the United States, especially. So I see that. WWE, I see him because, mind you, I know that he's already up to par. Well, he's 37, I think 36, 37, around there. But remember, it doesn't have to be all high spots move all the time. It could be the one that he could tell a story in the ring. A fucking body slam or an elbow drop or a suplex can tell a story because he's the one telling it. He's the one giving that psychology for you to hate him. He has those attributes that Nick Aldis has, and that's something that Papa Vinny would love to have. Like, oh, yeah, check the suit. Oh, the titties. Yeah, that's Vince McMahon for you. He will, and I mean, if Papa sees something in Aldis, I think he could fit very well. He has the mic skills. He has the charisma. He could bring his wife along too, because this could be a coach, or she could have their final run. Now this time with no, none of that. No fucking Johnny laryngitis or no Mark Caruso. So there you go. I mean, it could. I think those are the two that I see Aldis. I don't see him in AEW. They could put him in Ring of Honor, but are you going to give him the belt? That's the question. And in AEW, what are you going to do? Have him wrestle once every month and not really be relevant? It's too oversaturated. I don't see him in
Still
AEW.
on dark.
Yeah,
No shit. He'll be wrestling Claudio on Dark and shit for the fucking ROH Pure Championship.
What do you? What about you, De Niro? What do you see? Where do you see Nick Aldis?
But all that being said, I actually do want to see him in AEW just because I feel like the style of wrestling that Cody was bringing to AEW, it's missing. You know what I mean? Since he left, there's a big void in that story-based wrestling, like telling stories in the ring. And I feel like Nick Aldis could do that. So if he did go to AEW, I think that he would fill the hole that Cody left because there's not many people telling stories in the ring. Cody brought emotion and he was letting his fucking in-ring actions tell the story. You don't see that with anybody right now in AEW. So I think that someone like Nick Aldis could fill that hole. But, also, is Bruce Pritchard still with the WWE at the time?
Yeah, he's still
now. No, he gone.
No, he's there.
Is
Bruce
he?
Is still there? Yeah,
I thought he dipped. No,
he's there. He's not there like physically because he had surgery, but he's there remotely. So that we brought that up. Bury the hatchet with all this. Since you know how they
had a little bullshit beef
in TNA.
Yeah, from TNA. And then that brings me to my last point. Go back to the stomping grounds. I could see Nick Aldis going back to Impact Wrestling and being a huge star for Impact Wrestling.
That too. I agree.
Started in Impact. I think he would fit in perfect. Nick Aldis versus Josh Alexander? What? That would be I would love to see Nick Aldis. But just go back as Nick Aldis. Don't go back as Magnus. Fuck Magnus.
Yeah, no. Magnus and fucking the.
You're not a condom, for God's sake,
dude. I hated that shit. Magnus.
He is not a condom, all right. Even though it's Magnus.
Well, you remember when he first debuted as Magnus? He was like a gladiator or some shit.
Yeah.
Yo, who was it? It was him, Rob Terry, Douglas Williams. They're all shit.
Yeah, Doug Williams.
Dude.
Yeah.
British Invasion was a dope ass tag.
It was a great faction though.
They were chiseled as fuck, and then they gave Rob Terry that run and shit. Nah, my bad, I'm getting off topic. Ivan, do your thing, bro.
It's all good.
Back.
But
get us back. Reel us back in.
All right, let me
get us back in.
But I mean, Bakley asked for this. I had to give him. Here you go, Bakley. Here you go.
What I want.
There you go.
What do you want?
He wants Nick Aldis, Fred Roser for the New Japan Strong title. That's what he wants.
That'd be a fucking matchup.
Yeah. See, the question is, all this going to it all depends on where. Yeah. Well, Justin. Yeah. If Barry that shit with Bruce at the end, Bruce ain't the one in charge. Papa H is whatever he says, wherever it goes. Pritchard has to live with it. Fucking swallow it. Swallow that pill. Swallow that pride.
There's been a lot bigger, more deeper beefs that were squashed in WWE than Nick Aldis and Bruce Pritchard over some TNA bullshit. You know what I mean? So I don't see that being too much of a factor if Nick Aldis wants to go to the WWE.
All right, let's jump into very quick Monday Night Raw. I just want to talk about this very quickly because we finally got our answer that we wanted. Before we do, I want to play this song.
There you go. Best Raw theme song.
I was like I'm feeling old school right now. Vintage.
I feel like this is the DeLorean right now. We're about to talk about 1997 Monday Night Raw. Wait, no.
Oh, but now we got in Team Bianca, Mia Yim joining for the War Games for the women's, and Rhea Ripley joining Team Damage Control. We do see, we saw Desperate Miz now getting his shot versus Miz at Survivor Series. If he wins, he gets a contract. And we get to see something that I am invested in because I want to see what Popovich is going to do with Austin Theory because he literally had him take out
aggression.
That aggression out, beating the shit out of Dolph Ziggler. Fuck, I don't know if you guys. It was whoa. You get me? Like what the fuck? I never seen the side of Austin Theory that way, but I am invested. I don't know how you guys feel. So TK, break it down for us, brother. How do you feel about this?
Yeah. So first and foremost, Mia Yim 6 segments on Raw this week. 6. Crazy. I'm not hating. I love Mia Yim for sure. I'm a big Mia Yim fan. I love Keith Lee. I love what they do. But 6 Mia Yim segments on Raw is fucking wild if you think about it. Just want to call that out right quick. Love her addition into the War Games match. I thought that we might get a 4-on-4 with the OC and Judgment Day, but an intergender with a woman on each side. Listen, I'm more than for AJ Styles versus Finn Balor 1-on-1 in any capacity. They slow built that. They barely touched in tag matches. Now they're fucking Finn started beating the fuck out of him. Now AJ wants him, and we're gonna get it. So 1-on-1, fine. They could do this 4-on-4 at a pay-per-view down the road, or maybe never do it. They can do it on a Raw. They can fucking do it whenever. It doesn't matter. But I love the addition of these women to the War Games match. You got to think they want to take as many highlights as possible in a WWE War Games. Who better than put Rhea in there? Rhea back in NXT when they wrestled shorthanded, they won that match. Like, she's a fucking bad bitch. And like I just said, they're going to try to fucking elevate Mia. They just give her 6 segments on Raw. I think the 5th woman in that match for Team Bianca has to be Candice LeRae. If you're bringing these women back and you're pushing them, there's no sense in having Candice LeRae there, having her get taken out by Damage Control and bringing some 5th member back miraculously. No, the teams are suited to where you don't need some big Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Naomi, stop it. But you don't need some big like Becky or Sasha type. Someone like Candice is absolutely perfect to come in and take that 5th spot. Her and Nikki are like an equal if you're looking at like the tiers of the women in the match. But long story short, I love Rhea and Mia being added to this match. And I love how they're making Mia look so strong. Again, 6 segments on Raw. I mean, they're going to fucking push her. I hope they sustain pushing these women. And by that, I mean bringing Candice back and putting her there. But if it's Tegan Knox, I'll mark out like a little fucking schoolgirl. So.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna be.
That would be. I want her back so bad. She fits so good against Dakota or with them. But it's Candice. It's got to be Candice. It's always Candice. It better be Candice. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, love it. I fucking love it. De Niro, break it down, bro.
Candice would make a lot of sense, especially because of the beef she's been having with Damage Control. I was a little disappointed. I mean, I like Mia Yim. I think I even picked Mia Yim in the fantasy thing. She might be in.
Yeah, you got like 29 points from her this week, bro. 6 segments, like I said. That's how I know she has 6 segments. Calculating. Like, damn.
But I mean, I'm happy for that. But I did think that having 2 spots open would have been perfect to have Naomi and Sasha Banks eventually come in and take those spots. That would have been dope. But I'm not mad because Mia Yim, she's always been a star who never was really recognized as a star by the WWE. Everywhere else, she put on bangers. NXT, she put on bangers. And then fucking main roster now, it's like it's time for her to show the world what she could do. And she's an amazing wrestler. So I'm hoping that, this is her big moment. Yeah, that last person got to be Candice LeRae. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world, unless it is Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch is still injured, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, it's all the sense in the world for her to be Candice LeRae because she was attacked by Damage Control. It plays into the story. But, gosh, I heard you say Tegan Knox, man.
Ooh, I fucking love that, though. Oh, Tegan Knox.
That's what I love about... Wait, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
That's what I love about the new modern day Raw and SmackDown is how much Triple H's Black and Gold NXT plays a part of the modern day Raw and SmackDown. Where when Vince McMahon was running shit, you would have a disconnect between the storylines in NXT and then on the main roster. Where here everything connects, so you could already have the storyline built in of Dakota Kai turned on Tegan Knox at War Games in 2019 or whatever. Like, you could have that shit and it all would make sense. So that would be an awesome story.
Oh, very, very juicy. Oh,
very juicy, very oozy.
Wait, you said
Did I drop the drop?
Yep, you gotta drop it.
Very oozy.
You are feeling very oozy today, baby.
Very oozy.
Yes, we're feeling oozy. All right, the biggest question of all, because this is honestly, I think this is the debate of the week because this is something I think all of us are Attitude Era fans and this is debate of the week. Big question of all time. So before.
Love that.
All right.
That's dope as fuck.
Biggest question of all. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Should he wrestle one more match? We've been seeing on his Instagram, he's been training, he's been getting ready. And then there were spoilers. Okay, he might be in the Rumble. Rumor your window, dirt sheets. I know Devin doesn't like dirt sheets, but we heard rumor your window, maybe in the Rumble match, maybe in the Mania match. They offered him one more match if he wanted to come in. Austin felt great when he had the last one against Kevin Owens. And he just felt that hype again. When you get that itch, you scratch that itch, you get that itch. Oh, I want to come back and do it again and again. Oh, I think that's how he feels right now. So Austin, should he come back for one last match or should he just stay retired? TK, talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
Oh, hell yeah. Why the fuck wouldn't he, dude? Why the fuck not? We were just talking about taking bumps, and when we were watching him take bumps against KO, it was cringeworthy for sure. I don't need him to come back and take back body drops on fucking cement, and I know it was padded and shit. I don't need to see that. But do I want Stone Cold to come back and wrestle one more match where he throws punches, boots people in the corner, stuns people, fucking does a Luthez press and fucking mounts them and fucking whoops their ass and drinks beer after? Oh, hell yeah, I do. Come on, man. Why wouldn't I? And imagine this. Imagine this. You talk about generational fucking talents, all right? You talk about a guy who only had like a 4-year run, who talk about the GOAT, Stone Cold. You talk about a guy who had a 12, 13-year run, who's got their 16-time world champion. Why not? Why not? Why not? And John Cena can take a loss. He's lost his last like 14 matches, dude. Stone Cold stuns John Cena, pins him in the middle of the ring, and is GOATed. Let's go. Your night one main event. Rock Roman night 2. Let's fucking roll, baby.
It's good shit. Oh, it's good shit.
This is such good shit.
It is good shit, Devin. Fuck, you're getting me hard, man. De Niro.
I really don't want to see this. No, I'm joking. Yeah, honestly, Stone Cold looked like $1 million against Kevin Owens. I couldn't believe when he was taking bumps in the concrete, in the crowd. Like, he looked like fucking, I don't know, like Stone Cold Steve Austin looked like he was in better shape then than he was back in the day. Like, the only thing I would have done different is, this is going to sound wild sus, but take off the shirt, take off the pants, and let's see the old school Stone Cold with the black trunks. I would love that, right? I mean, I'm sure he's in great shape. He's in fucking movies with six packs still to this day. So it's like, come on. It's not like you are not in good shape. You probably look like you're in better shape now than ever. But only thing is, one last match, I hope that he comes for a couple matches. Like, I hope that he's like a special attraction that you are willing to bring out for special pay-per-views, because he could still go. He does not need to take a bump. He doesn't need to be in anything crazy. And whoever's in the ring with him, I'm sure would be honored enough to fucking bounce around for him. So it's not like he has to like do anything that's going to risk any danger. So I think that Stone Cold found out, like, all right, after all these years, what I did with Kevin Owens was simple, easy, got the job done, and left people talking. I could do that with other guys now. Like, imagine a Stone Cold versus a Seth Rollins. Imagine a Stone Cold versus a Roman Reigns. These things can happen, and he does not need to take many bumps for it. And if he does take a bump, it doesn't have to be anything that's going to like risk the neck or risk any injuries that he dealt with in the past. So I think that he could come back for more than one match, and maybe see a couple Saudi shows, see a couple of like SummerSlams, WrestleManias. But I think he got the itch, because it's hard to go into a matchup after fucking almost 20 years and then wrestle in front of 100,000 people all chanting, "You still got it," just for you to go away. Like,
no way.
Come on. It's like when it's like if you're an alcoholic and you don't drink for 20 years, you're sober, and you get that taste of alcohol again. It's going to be hard to be like, oh, it was just a taste. I'm done for another, lifetime. Like,
Sounds
of course,
like Barney when he's like already having his first. It's coming again, but then he's just fucking apple cider. I had to bring that up. My apologies. Go ahead.
No, but you know what I mean? I think that he got the itch, and it's going to be more than just one match. My man is training with his Crocs on. Like, you don't do that unless you're coming back for more than one match.
That's real talk, right? Oh my god, so shitty. He's training with his fucking Crocs. What the fuck? That shit. Oh, that is right. Oh man. I see him coming back in the Rumble, and I think that's where his feud will be. Whoever's going to eliminate him could be the one who's going to start feuding with heading into Mania. And it could be anybody, to be honest. I think anybody could fit perfect with Austin. Mind you, you're coming to Hollywood, baby. You're coming to Los Angeles. How Austin would say it.
The Miz.
Hey, I wouldn't mind that. Miz and Austin would not mind that at all. It will. You know how bad
so
it would
random, but it would be so great, dude. The Miz on the
yeah.
mic would just spit at him, and then it would be so good. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, absolutely. I'm with you, man. I think that's. Oh my god, that'll be a top-notch story for Austin. I mean, that's Hollywood right there. You could literally have a debate of, Mrs. Oh, I did the Marines 1 through whatever. 2 or number whatever. Austin, made independent films that were not the best, but then there you get, and it became from there.
The Condemned was fucking fire, dude.
I like Condemned.
That movie was dope, dude. I don't know what else he.
Wait, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't know what else he did, but it was dope. What were you gonna say, De Niro?
I'm calling it right now. I think that the biggest money match you could do for Stone Cold right now is the matchup that we never got to see, and it could work. I know everyone's gonna cringe and be like,
"Oh, this is dangerous." My god!
It's Stone Cold Steve Austin, Brock Lesnar.
Oh my god, dude! But Austin ain't gonna go. Austin's not gonna lose.
I know, and Brock Lesnar could take a loss to Stone Cold, and he doesn't have to hit suplexes. They could just brawl. Brock could take him down and try to ground and pound him, and then Stone Cold could do the
that would be dope, bro.
But I think that would be a matchup that's feasible. Like, they're both here, so why not?
Oh my god! If that is the oh, damn it! Why
would you play games with me?
Don't play games with me, Devin, because we get him excited here. We get him excited. What is going on, Nick, from the Ring Fanatics podcast? That is right. Oh, the answer. Oh, Anthony, what's going on? Austin versus Roman. Rock. No. You gotta leave.
I
Roman
do like Austin versus Roman next year, maybe as a non-title match. Like Roman's the tribal chief. He's not the champ no more. Austin, Roman, WrestleMania 40. That's got a lot of legs to it for sure. But I don't know. The Roman's got a lot of things going on.
What if Roman beats Austin night 1 and then Rock night 2? You could honestly say Roman's the best after that.
You mean Chris Jericho?
Basically,
right?
But by reverse it was Rock 1, Austin 2. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shit.
That could be the case. That'd
be dope as fuck.
I can't wait, man. Yes, all right. It doesn't mean much, but let's just bring it up for once. I don't know what she means by this, and that's she did her trademarks. Sasha Banks doing her trademarks. Mercedes Moné talks. Bank Monet, statement maker. What are these trademarks about? Is she starting her own talk show? That's what it seems like. Maybe doing a podcast. I think that's what she's probably heading to. You know how she mentioned on her IG, big shit coming in November. What the fuck's happening in November? We're in November. What are you talking about? What is it that she's really speaking of? We saw far her, vignettes in the intro of WWE. She's there, but I don't know what it means. That's why I'm really like, okay, what does this mean? Because it means her own podcast. Is she trademarking to get a different name? If she's really leaving WWE, what could be the idea here with these trademarks, TK?
I don't know, man. I really have no clue. I really thought that after Vince left, her and Naomi would be back sooner than later. Like De Niro said about the War Games, I thought it would be the perfect spot to put her and Naomi on Team Bianca, and you bring Charlotte back for Team Bailey, and it's the perfect mix of superstars with Charlotte and Bailey on one side and Sasha and Bianca on the other side. But obviously, that's not the route they're going, and I'm okay with what they're doing, obviously, like we just talked about. As far as what this is, I don't know. You know, we just talked about, I just did a show earlier this evening, the Full Gear prediction. We said Saraya is the biggest name that they could possibly have brought back, or like to AEW in the women's division to help bulk them up. Like, that's a lie. The obvious answer is Sasha Banks, Mercedes. That's the person. But, and I've said this since she's been gone from WWE, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Renato is, I want to preface this by, if you know me, you know I love AEW. I go to every show, I'm a fucking mark. But Sasha Banks, Mercedes Renato is bigger than AEW. She's too big for AEW. She's too big. She's too big of a star. And I said the same thing about Bray Wyatt. I said Bray Wyatt will never go to Impact Wrestling. It was such a joke. He's going to go to Impact. Fuck off. No, he's not. No, he's not. And he's too big for AEW. It's too big. I'm sorry. These people belong in WWE. If they're going to be in wrestling, they belong in WWE. So I was going to say I don't have an idea. Maybe a clothing line, a podcast. There you go. A podcast name. Maybe she goes to Stardom. All right. Maybe she wrestles some matches overseas, but it won't be nowhere here. She's way too big for AEW. I love you, AEW. But if your go-home show, God, I hate to say it. It makes me cringe. But if your go-home show to one of your 4 pay-per-views only doing $840K, you think Sasha's coming to you? Fuck off. Not a chance in hell, dude. It's a podcast. Dude.
Yeah, most likely. De Niro, do you feel the same?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I don't know. I think it has to definitely be a podcast because, like Tim said, at this point, if she hasn't wrestled anywhere else or hasn't been announced to wrestle anywhere else, I don't see her wrestling anywhere else but WWE. And if she comes back to WWE, she's definitely going to be Sasha Banks. She's not going to be Mercedes Moné. So it has to be something that she's doing like on the side as like a podcast or something because, you know, she's a great talker. Like she has a lot of influence. She's doing other things outside of wrestling. Like she was in The Mandalorian and all that. So I definitely think that it's probably a podcast, but I mean, who knows? It's pretty interesting, but like, you know, like we said, I thought by now, ever since Vince is gone, I thought for sure she'd be back by now, but who knows? Maybe they're waiting for the right moment. There was already reports a couple months ago that it was already a done deal that they're on their way back. So I don't know. I don't know what the holdup is, but maybe the Royal Rumble. Maybe she's the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, and you just wait till January. I don't know, but I don't think that she's going anywhere else but WWE, and this is probably just a podcast.
Yo, most deserving Royal Rumble winner possible is Sasha Banks by far and away. And at this point, you could possibly have the final 4 women in the Royal Rumble as the 4 horsewomen. If you return Becky and Sasha at the same time, there's so much that could go on there. But Ivan, you baby, it's all you.
Oh man, very you said it. I agree. I absolutely agree. Very, very brief. Let's do a prediction very quick. Yes, because there's Impact Overdrive. Man, so much fucking shit happening in professional wrestling. You have Overdrive happening tomorrow on Fight TV and on Impact Plus. Make sure, we don't speak much of Impact, and we got to give credit where credit's due for Impact Wrestling. They're underrated. We've been saying that. And they're having a banger of a card. I mean, let's get into what they have. I mean, shit. You have, Des Talls defending their Knockouts Tag Team titles versus Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans. You have, of course, this Kenny King versus Yuya. Oh, my God. Yuya's an Impact. I can't believe that. Bullfinger Gajar, Jason Hodge, Mike Bailey, and Rich Swann. And that's a 6-way match. And then you also have all Motor City Machine Guns, who are now the New Japan Open Strong Tag Team Champion versus Bullet Club, Ace Austin, and Chris Bay. Oh, that's going to be a bench. And, of course, you have the Impact World Tag Team titles. You have Heath and Rhino defending those titles against the major players of Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. Of course, you have Mickey James versus Taylor Wilds, which Taylor Wilds retiring after this match. This is rumor you're wondering what's going on. And this is the last I think it's the last women's presenting match, or I don't know if it's a regular matchup, but last knockout standing. Jordan Grace versus Masha Slamovich, which I'm looking excited for. And you still have the winner to crown the new X Division champion, which is between Black Taurus and Trey Miguel, who they made it into the finals. And of course, you're gonna have Bully Ray versus Moose, and you're gonna have the main event, which I'm excited to see. To be honest, you have Josh Alexander versus Frankie Kazarian. Kazarian never won the big one. Could this be his time? Could he dethrone Josh Alexander? That is the biggest question. TK, what the hell are we doing? We're missing out on Impact here. But what of a banger card here, man. We got, how many matches we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches happening tomorrow at Impact Overdrive. Which one are you looking forward to seeing?
Yeah, it should be a fun show for sure. I was surprised Speedball wasn't in the finals of the tournament. Going back to Trey Miguel would be interesting. I'd love if Black Taurus won it for fantasy wrestling purposes. I don't want Trey Miguel to win. Fuck Bakley, of course. I think he's got to win Trey Miguel. But I think Black Taurus is talented as fuck. He's very physical. He's a very good worker. Josh Alexander and Frankie Kazarian will be fun. Frankie Kazarian actually took the Impact champion or the X Division championship off of Speedball, and he cashed it. He cashed it into what is it? How did he cash this shit in? What's it called again?
Call your shot.
Option C. Call your shot.
Option C. There you go. Yeah. C,
yeah. He cashed it in. I didn't know that was still a thing. Like, I didn't think he won it. Like, he just like did it, like just because. I don't know. I didn't see it, but
it didn't make sense though. Like,
it didn't. I'm sorry. Like, didn't Bully Ray win Option C by winning the Battle Royal? Like, isn't that way? I'm confused. But
well, Option C used to be every year when Destination X, the pay-per-view.
Yeah, like Austin Aries when he fucking cashed in and won the world title. Yeah, right. But like, he didn't win that though, right?
Well, it was just weird because Option C is when you have the X Division title on Destination X. What up, Matt? You could cash in for a world title shot, but the thing is, it wasn't Destination X. So how is Option C even eligible?
That's what I was confused about. So that's what I was kind of saying. But the match itself is gonna fucking bang, dude. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Trey Miguel and Black Taurus. That'll be good for sure. So I definitely say that those are the two spotlight matches on the show, and I definitely expect Josh Alexander to retain. Bully Ray and Moose should be fun, but Bully Ray got me so down because Steve Macklin should have won that match and had this. Like, I'm still sour about that. Like, Bully Ray is cool, bring him back. You want to put over, give him one last run, bring a name into your company. It is what it is. There's no reason he should have won that. It should have been Steve Macklin, and then you could even have Bully Ray and Steve Macklin one-on-one for it before it was cashed in or something. Because Steve Macklin like Josh Alexander shouldn't lose the title by being pinned. He should lose it by being jacked over by a Steve Macklin type, not a Bully Ray type. And that would have been perfect for Macklin. But, I digress. But at the end of the day, yeah, a couple of those matches, like I just mentioned, should be fun. And the Bully Ray Moose match should actually be fun, too. So,
yeah, it should be.
What's up, man?
Mr. 69 is in the building.
Oh, yes, Mr. 69 himself.
We got
I gotta play his music. He is Wuhan of podcasting, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. 69 himself, McAllis. Let's go.
I can't run through the whole card, but I'll say this. I'm definitely going for Moose in the Bully Ray match.
Oh yeah.
I'm going for Moose. I'm definitely going for I think I'm gonna go with Josh Alexander, especially. And then, just a lot of other things. It seems more like I'm going a little bit. I guess status quo is the younger, because non-status quo means you're going for the older wrestlers. Oddly enough, it's weird. It's like, usually the older wrestlers are status quo, but it's like, flipping it the other way around.
Yeah,
definitely. De Niro.
This card is stacked. Like, Impact Wrestling is so good for giving these stack cards on these special events that they do on Fight and they do on Impact Plus. This is no different. This is a fucking stack card. I've been saying it for like the last 2 years. Impact Wrestling is the most consistent wrestling promotion in the United States. People shit on me for it, but fuck it. Impact Wrestling deserves their flowers. I feel like Masha Slamovich versus Jordan Grace, they put on an absolute banger at Bound for Glory. That's going to be an insane matchup, especially with the stipulation of last knockout standing. I can only imagine the shit that they pull out in this matchup. And I really am excited for the main event. I think that Kaz is in amazing shape still. He's been around for fucking ever, but still like putting on great matches. And Josh Alexander right now is a sleeper for Wrestler of the Year. He's been just having a fucking insane year. So that should be a really good main event.
Yo, I just want to say that I didn't realize that Masha Slamovich Jordan Grace match was on this card for the last knockout standing. My God, by far and away, I would have just not even talked about anything else but this match. Their last match was so fucking fire up on for glory. Like I really thought Masha Slamovich was going to win there. I was very disappointed she didn't. Love Jordan Grace. Like damn it, I actually wasn't so sold on Jordan Grace going into that match, but damn, once I got into that match, I was like, God. She is so good. What's up, Broadcast? Always my man. What's up, Broadcast? But damn, that match was so good, and I'm more than looking forward to this match. What's up, Chris? Nice to see you guys.
What up? You too.
Nice
Chris.
to see you, bro. Nice to see you.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, so I'm excited for.
Let me guess, who's got the sirens outside?
What happened? Oh, yeah. Trust me. I'll show you pictures of the canopy outside my building after what happened last night. After I told you what happened.
Was it like a fucking cartoon where there was like a caricature of like a hole right through the canopy like this?
So check this out.
Are we live? Does this matter?
Yeah.
Right. So real quick, right? Somebody jumped off the roof, right? And they hit the canopy, and the canopy broke their fall, and they fucking survived.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wish you could step up off that ledge, my friend.
Well, that song is exactly about that. So
yeah, it was 18 stories up, and the canopy broke their fall. I was just showing Ivan. Look.
Oh my God. That reminds me of Pulp Fiction. He threw him off the roof. Now, I went so far as to go call the brother fat. He's Samoan. He's got a bit of a weight problem. He fell. You know the canopy at the bottom of the hotel. He fell through that. Yeah.
We had great Robert Rodriguez references on the Lucha Underground episode, so that
would make sense. That was the Troublemaker Studios production. So
yep, indeed.
Oh man, but yes, I am stoked for Overdrive. I'm really happy that Impact is going to have a hell of a fucking card. It's going to be awesome. I think I'm really excited. For me, honestly, I'm really excited for the Alexander. That's going to be a hell of a matchup, I think. And Masha and versus Jordan Grace is going to be a great one. I'm really invested honestly, to be honest, I'm really invested of different players and Heath. I like this heel persona of the major players. I really enjoy it. I love the fact that they're still fucking relevant. Still,
Yeah,
I'm excited for them. I'm really happy for Impact. And Impact's in the butt. A hell of a great card. So forget, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow on Fight TV, or if you have Impact Plus, it's only like what, $5-10 a month for Impact Plus or Impact Wrestling. You can't beat that price at all, ladies and gentlemen. You can't.
And then the show goes on to their YouTube channel, which is literally 99 cents a month. To not only get that, but to also get Impact Wrestling live on Thursdays. So you can't beat that deal. Like, go support Impact Wrestling because they deserve it. They're putting on great shows. And real quick, I think it's really funny because that tag title match between Heath and Rhino versus the major players is like straight out of 2016 SmackDown Live.
Yes.
For real.
I want to say this real quickly to good sir, Mr. Tim King, and your logo, since that's you in the logo, I believe that's you in the logo. I mean this in a good way. You have some resemblance to Matt Cardona in that logo with the beard and the smile.
He's amazing.
I take no offense. If I looked real life like Matt Cardona, I'd be really, really happy. He's a very good looking man, very distinguished. So I take that as nothing but a compliment. So in my little emoji or whatever that is, takes it as a compliment too.
Do you have the same hair under? I haven't seen you without the hat.
Oh no, I am. I call it bald by choice, but I could grow it out. I used to have. I had the hair where you could slick it back a little longer, but I couldn't. I don't know, maybe kind of like Chris's, but not as distinguished as his. But I'm able to grow it if I so chose. But I keep it a little shorter. I don't like this short. I went too short when I shave. I do it myself.
You're aerodynamic.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I don't get them too many times. So thank you, Matt.
It's it's that big. Smiling logos are underrated. I don't know if Bob's Big Boy was smiling or something. It makes you want to go to that location or buy that product. Like we need a all smiling Circle of Debate logo. We're just like, watch Circle of Debate.
If we could get Chris to smile for once, there we go.
There we go.
You got to smile like DDP, guys. That's not a bad thing.
He's always smiling.
It's a good thing. And
it's a good thing.
And I got to introduce the director.
I can be clear despite all the noise. I don't see echoes of sound in your voice. The sound of my voice. Found one of the big off the board that destroys. Open my eyes to the sound of your voice. I keep up on distance. Set up with forgiveness. To the well where dry. And fasten my eyes to the left of resistance.
That is right, but the director is here.
That's dope right there. That's good.
4-7. I don't know if I was in a pro wrestling stable. 4-7. Nice.
47, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you go look at it now. The music video is fantastic. Director rocking out with his shout out. There you go.
Appropriately appendages.
He is definitely doing that. All right. Now it is time, baby. It is time.
It's time. It's time. It's Vader time.
That's right. Dynamite here, ladies and gentlemen. Just very brief because we got a predictions to do for Full Gear. I know Tim King already did his, but I still wanted him to share with us here, along with us here with the family. So we're gonna break down right now.
I feel like I've been predicting all of these. Like we've been doing it for like the past month, just off and on.
But man, we're just gonna get into it overall. Nothing very detailed of every match because we got about 10 matches to cover for Full Gear. So I just want to break it down very overall, very brief, so we can get into Full Gear predictions. So I will take it to the director himself because I want to hear your thoughts overall.
Yeah, I have the grade pulled up so I can just, me, I can get my thoughts out pretty quickly. Opening match is fantastic. The dynamic of all of those men in a 4-way on Saturday is going to be amazing. Obviously, I think last week I said that it's going to be basically 2 on 2 still because Sammy's never turning on Jericho, but Claudio and Daniel Bryanson are, they probably aren't afraid to throw a punch at each other. But I don't think if Sammy throws a punch at Jericho, I'd be surprised. So excited to see how that plays out in a 4v4, I guess you would say, or some shit like that.
We still got to get a Daniel Bryanson shirt made.
Yeah.
Bryanson, or was it Bryanson?
Daniel Bryanson.
Brian Branielson. Speaking of which, I commend Mox on his sobriety, but he wasn't doing me no favors in that promo. That was Butcher City. That guy couldn't get through a sentence without stuttering, and I almost wanted him to walk a straight line. Especially coming out with that MJF sequence. I think the firm is still in on it. I think the firm is letting him beat them up to make it look like they're not in on this. I think that would be super clever. We got Bowens versus Swerve. That was the right choice. Strickland's about to go singles, so getting a win over a injury-prone tag wrestler, totally fine. We got the announcement of Joe versus Hobbs versus War Dog. Finally, we knew what was happening. Excited for that. Just man meat fest. That is a muscle match. That's like the Predator cast in one match. That's just like mass on top of mass. Death Triangle match. I don't know who AR Fox is prior to this, and he impressed me. I'm excited to see what he does in the future. But we got the return of the Elite. Essentially, they re-Thanos themselves. They unsnapped themselves back into the picture. Of course, they were waiting for this to get the buy rates. They were not going to do it 2 weeks ago or tomorrow. They had to do it on Dynamite. They're really pushing Ethan Page, even though Benito just signed that contract. Former Ring of Honor champion going over a mid-card guy like that. He is going straight to the moon.
To the moon. All right,
I'm seeing here a flyer. It says Tony Storm versus the Bunny, but we all know it was Anna Jay, and that was a heartbreaker, love maker match. Man, I didn't want to see any losers in that one, but we had to see it. Tony Storm going on to defend her undisputed championship against Jimmy Hayter on Saturday. Yeah. Did anyone catch the post-air MJF speech? Did anyone watch the 4 minutes that they gave MJF?
I read it. I didn't watch it. I read it.
I didn't watch it.
I watched
Break
it.
Down, bro.
In short, he put over Tony Khan. He said that Tony Khan is doing what the world needs for wrestling. The guy, he specifically mentioned WWE. He said those words. He says, I love WWE, but without Tony Khan, those wrestlers do not get fed. Talking about we need competition, and Tony Khan is facilitating that. He said that he's not going to let anybody come over to his company and take a shit in his yard anymore, referencing CM Punk.
There we go. I was going to say.
Yeah. And then he continued to put over Tony Khan, which is fair. I'm sure it was I'm sure he meant it, but I also think it's kind of hiding the heel character that he is absolutely going to reveal on Saturday.
He said without Tony Khan that wrestling would be a monopoly, and that's totally fucking fact. Triple H had taken over for Vince 4 years ago before AEW kicked off, and you remember the Elite were flirting with going to WWE, and Cody was thinking about going back.
Yeah.
Imagine if fucked up Vince.
The Kenny talks with NXT.
Right, and imagine if fucked up Vince wasn't in charge, and if Hunter was in charge. I'm telling you, and people think I'm crazy when I. Thank you, Chris. None.
Cody would still be there.
Cody is the catalyst behind the reason why AEW exists in the first place. Cody, the Bucks, and Kenny Hanger would have all went to WWE, seen what they would have had under Hunter, and no AEW. So MJF saying this, and right now, him being a tweener as he is, and actually giving Tony his props, albeit behind camera, which everyone knows is being recorded, is fine because it's true. Because without Tony Khan, wrestling would still be a monopoly. It would only be WWE. As much as we love New Japan, Impact, it is what it is. Right now, there's only two major companies in the world. I shouldn't say in the world, but in the United States, and it's Western WWE and it's AEW. So,
and I'm back to watching main roster and SmackDown in full. Everybody knows I notoriously took off the past year. I'd watch ups and downs where we give the good bits an up and the bad bits a down, because that's all my ADD could handle. But now I'm back to watching full episodes and Dynamite. I'm still not really paying attention to Japan and TNA besides what Matt offers, which is why I'm glad he's here. But yeah, I like that they're not on the same channel. I don't have to Raw Nitro, which is also a blessing in disguise. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Dynamite, and a little bit of my thoughts on what was going on Saturday, because my time is limited. So I got a couple more minutes.
Okay. TK, break it down, brother, overall.
Yeah, overall, I enjoyed the tag match. I really enjoyed Claudio getting the win over Jericho, tapping him out with that fake plastic bat. I thought it was pretty funny, but overall, the match itself was really good.
The giant swing with the bat. Fuck,
yeah, it was dope, dude. And having it over his shoulder while I tapped him out in the sharpshooter was cool shit. Claudio tapping Jericho out was really cool because I don't anticipate Jericho losing anytime soon. Sammy Guevara. All right. People fucking shit on him all day. Sure, he's a fucking piece of shit douchebag. Him and Ty fucking proposed to his girlfriend in the ring. I don't give a fuck. Listen, he can fight people backstage. He can talk his shit. He loves AEW through and fucking through. There's a reason why Tony Khan loves that guy. And that dude is fucking great, dude. Sammy Guevara is a professional wrestler in ring. Is fantastic. Crisp, smooth, everything he does. This match, fantastic. The 2 out of 3 falls with Brian, fantastic. The match before with Brian, fantastic. Keep going back and back and back, fantastic. Who cares if he was booked like shit with the TNT title? That's on TK. Fuck his personal life. We're talking about wrestling. Dude is a stud star. Sammy Guevara is that dude. I really enjoyed this match. The 6-man trios match was fucking awesome. I wasn't so hyped for this Dynamite, all right? I was hyped for one reason. I wanted to see the Elite. And if you knew me 2.5 years ago, I wasn't a big Elite guy at all. I thought they were whatever. They've grown on me so fucking much They're so talented. The Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, are so immensely talented. And I knew they were good workers, whatever. I thought they had no characters. Well, guess what? They have fantastic characters and they're fantastic workers. So I was dying, yearning to get these guys back because AEW is better with one of the best 3 wrestlers in the world and a top 3 tag team in the world. So having them back, I wanted it. Plus, you got the history between them and fucking the Death Triangle, everything with Kenny and Pac, everything with the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks, the 6 combined matches. Now we have this one resolved match for the Trios title. Let's fucking go. Swerve winning was by far and away the absolute fucking right choice. Excited for that match. Ethan Page, Ricky Starks not being on fucking the pay-per-view anymore pisses me off more than I can say. I'll talk about that when we get to the pay-per-view, but Ethan Page winning was absolutely the right choice. The fact that Ricky didn't wrestle Lance on the show pisses me fucking off. Ricky should have wrestled Lance on this show, Brian Cage on Friday, and it should have been Ricky versus Ethan Page at the pay-per-view, giving your 2 young up-and-coming stallions a fucking showcase. It is what it is. Tony and Anna Jay was really good. Anna Jay is getting better in the ring. Loved Hater coming out afterwards. Loved their fucking face-to-face. Britt and Saraya's fucking promos were absolutely incredible. Back-to-back weeks for both women tore it up on the mic, really selling that match. I cannot wait for it. And MJF and Mox, it was good. It is what it is. I'm with you. I think it's probably some bullshit heel stuff that's going to end up happening with the firm. I'd like him to go over just clean, win the match, just clean. But there's no way he just took those 5 guys out by himself with little small cheap kicks in the dick and small punches. Like, it was too easy. I was like, that was too easy. Oh, and AR Fox, that trios match. Props. Dude, my God. AR
Was
Fox.
that his debut?
I saw him on Dark. I know. I watched Dark the other day, but I saw him on Dark.
AR5? Or AR Fox?
Dante Fox.
Oh, okay.
AR Fox. Fuck. Woohoo.
Yeah, that dude was
around for a long time. Yeah, fucking amazing.
And he got offered a contract, so I give Tony
that inward front flip off the back. Yeah, that looked physically impossible. That was like
he's actually the guy who trained Austin Theory.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah. No shit. So sorry for the long-winded response, but that's my overall take on Dynamite.
No worries, brother. Love it. Matt Callis.
I'm on that 8 down. By the way, I'm ready for that.
Okay, there's a few things deeper insights here. So AR Fox, shout out to him. Big indie star, big high flyer, really cool. I think AR Fox, definitely a match to check out. Kid Bandit, old friend of mine. I knew from I've known from like when they were just a musician in Anaheim, wasn't even a wrestler yet. And Kid Bandit and AR Fox had a really good singles one-on-one match. A lot of high flying, a lot of really interesting things. There's a lot of video game references and anime references in that match too. So in the indies, definitely one to watch. I got to find what promotion had it. As for Ethan Page in particular, kind of what I was saying about him, if I could nail down a specific analog or time period for Ethan Page, it would probably be Triple H right after Stone Cold won the World Championship off of Shawn Michaels in 97. He's
98.
really
98.
Yeah, no, 98. Yeah, sorry. And in that exact, Ethan's about in that position at the moment. It seems like he would end up probably come after Full Gear. Ethan Page will be in that exact position. I don't, guys, correct me. What was Triple H around? Was he tweener or was he heel?
He was European champion, and so at WrestleMania 14, he was full heel, where he feuded with Owen Hart. But then the Raw after that is when the new DX, with the New Age Outlaws showed up, and then he was kind of a tweener, and then he became full face around that SummerSlam when he won the Intercontinental belt off The Rock. Let's go!
In that ladder match, which was fucking awesome, right? The China low blow.
Do you think they're gonna do? Do you think they would do the same thing with Ethan? Where do you think they're gonna make him tweener, or do you think they'll keep him kind of heel?
Tweener, I think the European title belt equivalent is the All Atlantic belt, obviously. So they could put that on him, and that would make sense to me. I can see him having that longer than his predecessors, who Pac had it for a weekend, and then Mark Cassidy had it for a spring break.
Chris, no bullshit. I said when they put the belt when they transitioned it from Pac to Orange Cassidy, I said they are just doing it for Orange Cassidy than to just give it to Ethan Page
Yeah,
because they didn't
that's
want
who
Ethan
deserved
Page to take it off Pac. I'm surprised Orange has had this good of a run. Well, however long the Spada match was just fun.
About a
You know?
month, 6
But
weeks
why
like that.
isn't Orange another thing I'm bitching about? Orange versus Miro on this show. It's a perfect match. Why isn't it on it? Why isn't Orange defending on the show? Stop it. I'm done. Move on. I'm
Something-
done. I'm done.
Love it. No, it's fine.
I think
Like,
something Miro, something management problem.
Redeemer.
something.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
So is he not really injured, or is he actually injured?
He's not injured.
He's not
He's
injured.
He's
He's
been waiting.
as injured as much as Thunder Rosa's injured.
Maybe
Dang.
backstage politics, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I'll say this overall also to MJF's comments. I'll say AEW, like whether people like the in-ring product or not, or on TV product or not, the other main thing AEW is, other than, you know, allowing the people in WWE to eat and breaking up the monopoly, it's the gateway to everything else in wrestling. If I had an analogy for it, I'd say some, I wouldn't say all, it might be all, I don't know. I haven't done the survey. Some WWE fans could be like equivalent to pop music fans who only believe Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift exist in music, you know? So, and everyone who knows about wrestling's aside from WWE are like music fans who listen to stuff that isn't Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift. So it's like that kind of thing.
It's
So,
more,
yeah.
because of the mainstream. That's a great analogy, because it's something that I actually would say to like my friends also, like when I was trying to like introduce them to like indie wrestling, I'd be like, all right, think of like everything that is polished. Now take that away, you have this whole other world, you know? So
Yeah.
that's a great analogy.
Local wrestling, local music, underground wrestling, underground music, you know, and I'd say AEW is like the gateway to that, because a lot of these people go like they're at indie shows, they're at GCW, they're in Japan, you know. I'd say, you know, Japanese music and Japanese wrestling, you know, both great production and unique to that nation, you know, great production, unique to that nation, its own flavor, you know, and they got amazing, unique things going on over there. You know, it makes me wish there was a Tony Khan of music like out there. It makes me hope, you know, I wish there was a Tony Khan of music. Who knows? I kind of hope I could become like that someday. I wish there was a Tony Khan of music. You know, if there was, there'd be like an MTV with like, you know, random Japanese artists appearing, and rather than it just being this thing and this thing and this thing. But that's, you know, and then I guess to you know, your Impact comment earlier, that's directly related to this. It's, man, I forgot my train of thought with that, but it was something along the lines of great consistent. Okay, this was the analogy. Impact is like a band. It's like a band where the expectations on it aren't there anymore. Like, it's like if the fans, it's not that people don't care, it's that they don't expect them to be a certain way. It's like you're okay with them exploring different sounds and different, you know, genres and different styles and different fashions. They don't care what they wear, the kind of songs they write. The fans are cool with just any experimental idea they want to throw at the wall, and that's kind of the position Impact's in. AEW's kind of in that, you know, Nirvana, Metallica position where they're under a lot of scrutiny and everybody wants them to be a certain way.
Yeah,
everybody expects, I want this product, I want it to be just like New Japan, I want it to be just like WWE, I want it to be like the first 2 months of AEW, I want it to be like, everybody kind of has it in this, you know, I want AEW to be made in my image of itself. And Impact is Impact is what AEW could be if expectations weren't on it.
Right.
That's a good point for sure.
Yeah,
that's my great analogy.
Yeah. Always kind of, it's like taking things like, you know, reverse psychology, thinking in other people's shoes. I'm playing the mental. It's next level consciousness.
It's
next level consciousness. You see, I even enter Matthew's mind during these musical comparisons. But yeah,
Stanford Stooge.
You want to look?
yeah, the Stanford Stooges love Taylor Swift. Don't be surprised if she goes up at WrestleMania.
Love it, man. De Niro.
I thought this was a decent episode of AEW. I don't think it really felt too much like a go-home show. I wanted a little bit more. It did feel like the steam behind the MJF and Jon Moxley kind of like cooled down a little bit because it was at a fever pitch a couple weeks ago. Match-wise, didn't have a problem with any match. Every match delivered. Opening matchup was fucking phenomenal. I love the four-way. Not the four-way, the tag match. And I think that they're going to deliver even more with the four-way. Really excited for Death Triangle and the Elite. But I mentioned this on Tim's podcast earlier today. I was saying how if you noticed when Death Triangle and Pac was calling out that certain trio that you know who we're talking to it before they said the Elite and before they revealed it was the Elite, there's also that other side that, you know, no one's talking about, that the other trio that hasn't returned yet, who is being teased to return, is the House of Black. And I would love if somehow the House of Black gets involved with this and we have a three-way trios match between the House of Black, Death Triangle, and the Elite. I think that would be awesome. But I like how, you know, you have on parallel sides two of these trios about to make their return. And before it was revealed that they were talking to the Elite, you didn't know which trio that they were calling out.
Kenny and Malachi haven't gone one-on-one yet.
Ever.
That's going to be a hell of any interaction. Kenny and Malachi is going to be sick.
For sure. And two more quick little points. AR Fox has been one of my favorite indie stars for the last maybe 10 years. Used to see him a lot in Dragon Gate USA. Used to see him a lot in Evolve.
He was great in Evolve. He's definitely great in Evolve.
Really awesome. Had a really cool moment with him when I think around 2014, 2015, where I took my little sister to a wrestling show. It was Evolve. AR Fox came over to her. He came out with a baseball hat on, came over to her and put his hat on her. So we actually have an AR Fox hat, which is awesome. Sorry if my voice is going in and out. I'm dealing with a cold right now. But so yeah, I always been a big fan of AR Fox. So that's really cool. And last thing I want to say is Britt Baker and Saraya have been on fire with the promos building up to their matchup. Britt Baker cut a hell of a promo on this episode. Her and Saraya are really making me want to see this matchup. I'm so excited for it. They're so good at what they're doing right now, building up to this matchup, and how Britt Baker's holding it down for AEW, and Saraya is happy to be here, but also you have to respect the shit that she's done in the past. It's awesome. I think that's great shit that they got going on there. Overall, like I said, good episode.
Interviews. Usually I keep score. I'll be like, with MJF versus Wheeler Yuta, when they tried to have a promo battle, I'm like, MJF destroyed him in that one. Yeah. So I think Saraya went first in her promo. I think it was recently. And I was like, oh, she wins. I don't even need to hear what Britt Baker win. That you can't come back from that. That's the best promo she could cut. Then Britt just fired back. I'm like, damn it. You're 1-1 in the same promo.
Exactly.
I've never seen a promo. I've never seen female. I hate to genderize this, but I'm going to have to because this is the world of this promo. Is I've never seen two women on the mic that capable of that tie. Just fire promo back and forth. It's usually the Jade Cargill style where it's just some name calling, some sassy attitude. But these were facts with points. They both had them. It wasn't like the Miz got shut up by Gargano because he's caught lying. These were truth tellers.
That's a very valid point. I have to agree. I'm in the same boat. I can't remember two women going back and forth on the mic like this. And it's only going to add to the anticipation to their matchup because I feel like this match, even though it won't, this matchup very well could be the main event of the payper-view, and I would not be mad at it.
Yeah.
So Saraya is a fucking.
It could still be. I don't want to. MJF.
I don't know. See, Saraya is a legend. Saraya is only 30 years old. She has a fucking biopic about her,
30, which is crazy.
Yeah,
30 years old, man. Fucking 30. Can't believe that.
on top of that, like
30.
the story of her coming back from injury, I believe it's been like what 6 years since she was injured. You know what I mean? So
The original one, not the Sasha Banks injury, right?
well, when was the Sasha Banks injury? The one that took her
That
out?
was like 2 years ago.
No, that was 5 years ago.
It was like 5 years ago.
Absolution was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
No fucking way, bro.
Go back. Yeah. Because I remember when you were mentioning 2 years, I'm like, wait a minute. Is it
2 years ago was the pandemic.
Yeah.
2 years ago was
Way
the
before the pandemic, she was the GM of SmackDown because of her retirement. So yeah, it was about like 5-6 years ago. But
That's insane. I thought that because Mandy Rose is still. God damn it.
Mandy Rose is already NXT champion for over a year. So
Over a year. Yeah, no, I get that. So there's at least a year gone to just that glorious title reign. Man, 5 years ago, man. It feels so not 5 years ago.
It feels so fucking short, right?
And that was her second injury, though. So she was not cleared before that, came back and got uncleared.
yeah.
Yeah.
I said that earlier today. I said, is WWE doctors much different than AEW doctors? It seems like WWE is a problem clearing some people, and AEW is like, you're fine. You're fine.
It's okay, Sting. Jump 20 feet. That's
20.
You can't wrestle for us, but you can go and do this. You
Sting is the
Paige,
new Jack.
you don't think they wanted Paige to wrestle for them? You know? Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's a good point. I think that AEW's doctors are a little bit more lenient than the WWE.
No, they're actual doctors. They're not physicians hired at a medical facility.
Hey, I hope you know what? I know we're going off derailing a little bit, but I haven't heard none of that shit in WWE as of late. Oh, you know what? They're taking them right out to a medical facility. You know, like,
I have. I've heard medical facility. I heard
not recently, not a fucking Raw or none of that.
I think I heard like one hospital. I've heard medical facility for sure, but they are definitely going hard in the paint on the premium purchase value or whatever the fuck that shit's called. They're keeping with that.
Yeah, they're keeping with that, and they're also keeping with wrestlers watching the monitor backstage like this.
Like this.
That's the TV. Right? You're watching like this. Yeah. Just sticking with that.
Love it.
I do like. I forget who it was. I think was it MJF or was it Roman who faced away from the hard camera and he goes, "Yeah, I'm facing away from the hard camera because I know where it is." I forget who broke that fourth wall. I think that was Roman.
I think it was
Roman. I love how Roman's been breaking the fourth wall lately. But yeah, back to Dynamite. Overall, I think that it was a good episode, Dynamite, and did its job to build towards the pay-per-view. I just think that they could do better building towards these stories and pay-per-views. I've been saying it for weeks. I'm going to say it again here. You know, it's not that AEW does not have stories. It's just that their stories are not intriguing enough. And, like, I'm not saying all the stories. They do have good stories, but the majority of their stories are not intriguing. Like the Jungle Boy Luchasaurus story, like how much more are you going to like stretch that shit out? It hasn't been intriguing for like the last 4 months, and it's been going on for like the last 10 months. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we say it every week. What do we say every week?
Right here with Jade Cargill and the baddies.
First and foremost, Tony, cut the shit. First and foremost, Tony, cut the shit.
We got to get the Curb Your Enthusiasm credits.
Yeah, but what are we gonna say? That what do we say every week? What do we say every week?
Oh, this needs to be it with the Jungle Boy thing every week. This
fuck yeah!
So it's in a cage.
Just ignoring
cage usually means that's the end of it, right?
Let's hope. No, it's not over. It's not over. It's
not over because I forgot who said it on the Wrestling Index. If it was it Justin who said it or Keith?
Justin said it. He said that because Christian Cage is not healed yet. Once he's healed, that's gonna happen. So once Christian is already 100%, I know.
You know what? Here's what I think Jungle Boy should do. Jungle Boy should go to Riverdale where his dad was, because I just started watching it, and just be a character on Riverdale for the rest of the year, and then come back as a new gimmick. I don't know. And he could sing Sugar.
I forgot that Dylan Luke was on Riverdale. That's a good show.
Yep.
So it's in the Sabrina world, so it's good.
I just started watching it too. So
the Tribal Chief is here. The Tribal Chief of podcast.
Hello, Tribal Chief.
Oh,
I see you, baby.
Hold on.
I see you, baby.
I have good for him.
Acknowledge me.
I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. There you go. But look, Dynamite to me, everybody hit it on point. There's nothing much I really can add on. The promos were fucking on blast. And yes, we're to your promotion. Thank you so much. That you very yes.
AEW hater.
He's a but I didn't expect
Love
this
you,
Dynamite
Devin.
to be we love you, Devin, but I didn't expect this Dynamite to be the best at all. I know you mentioned, Tim, that the demographics was not the best. It was under 900 for the first time.
840, brutal,
840, it's brutal.
Ugh, for a go home show. Ugh.
Like how De Niro mentioned it. That's the problem. They started booking their storylines late ahead of time. And let me tell you one thing too, that they're the most predictable wrestling promotion of all time. They can change it in the last minute, right? However, us, being pro wrestling fans, we know what's going to happen next. And I think that's why I feel the casual audience that really knows and, could throw so many assumptions and knowledge of it. Could be that case because the demographics viewing was so low this week because it wasn't much. I mean, the matches were announced like on Monday. This should have been like, oh, great Dynamite, but it wasn't, unfortunately. But it happens. It's fine. I'm okay with it. But this was a great promo. Like, I think the women killed it overall, man. I think Britt and Saraya, great. One of the greatest promos I ever heard from Britt, and she was a face on that.
And her promos are never bad. This is just next level great.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. I think
this was to the plate because Saraya's promo last week was fucking emotional. It was real, and it was just hitting on all cylinders. So Britt Baker had to step up to the plate, or she would have been blown out of the water. So I'm glad that she stepped up and delivered.
Yeah, and she did, and she was right. Yeah, maybe I didn't mean to cut you off. No, I was gonna say, and she was right. Everything she said was right. Like, sure, Tony Khan gave her the opportunity, but with the opportunity, she took it and became the face, the franchise of the AEW women's division. And sure, they might not be granted very much time, but who is the number one woman in AEW? It's fucking Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. And having someone like Saraya come in and elevate the women's division, again, that's got to be booking. The booking's got to be better. But this match is by far and away bigger than the interim bullshit fucking titles match. Even though I love Tony and Jamie and what they're going to do is going to be great, this match is it from the women's perspective, and they showed out for it.
Yeah. Yes, and it's about time. Fuck it, let's just get into it, man. I mean,
well, real quick, we can just say yes or no. Do we see the change needs to be happening in the women's division occurring? Is it slow at that, but is it happening?
I'd say that we've been getting more women's segments at least.
And maybe less women in them.
But more women's segments, which is good.
Yeah. Good.
They just need more time.
Yeah. And you need multiple matches for sure. If you're gonna have a 2-hour show, there's no reason you can't. Did you see like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago? I complained about having the two separate BCC versus JAS matches. There was no reason that they needed to run those two singles matches. They could have combined them into a tag match or even done a 6-man match, and you could have had a second women's match on the show because they were trying to highlight all these women on the show, but they only had the one match and a bunch of backstage stuff. Why not just put one more match on there and combine that BCC JAS shit? But I digress.
And I feel the opposite of that, where I think that they get all the women out of the way by putting them all in one big segment with 20 of them. They put the whole roster in one match, and then it just sort of puts a Band-Aid over the wound of the women's division. It's really that great. That's how I feel. I think more matches and separate them. We don't need – it's already all factions elite. We don't need every woman to be in a faction. There's no singles wrestler women. There's none. Saraya sort of, but Britt has her thing. The baddies. Jazz is with Tay. Everybody is with somebody else. There are very few. Chris Statlander's in Best Friends. Maki has the Fallen Idols and whatever. So it's like, yeah, I just more singles, less factions. Even apply that to women.
Yeah, I mean,
Julia Hart's in the House of Black. Like I can stop me when I'm telling lies.
No. You're hitting that point. I'm not saying anything. All right.
I do got to move on. It's 8:40. I look like I need a shower, which means I do. So I appreciate your guys' time.
Damn you! I just hold on. I just did all these overlays. You give me 20 minutes of your damn time. I did all the overlays.
I can't do 20 minutes, man. 20 minutes to take a shower. I could do something real quick. I got like 2 minutes, maybe.
Scrub it.
What can I do for you, Ivan?
All right, choose one match out of the full gear.
To do what? Match of the year? Match tonight?
All right, go on. Give me your main event.
Oh, I've predicted this 1,000 times. Regal turns on everybody, firms in on it. MJF cashes in, and the devil will be revealed. It's easy. It's if I'm seeing this a mile and away, that almost makes me think that it's not going to happen, and we are going to get good guy Max, and I don't want that. I don't want that so bad. I want this guy to be superstar Billy Graham levels of heat. I want people showing up to his hotel room to throw beer at him. He's a generational champion, and we haven't had somebody like that since Roddy Piper, the Jesse Ventura, the old guys. Before people knew it was fake and they were genuinely hated. I want that for Max. He wants that for himself. The dude flipped off a 4-year-old. You can't get more heat than that.
No, yeah, you're right. I mean, you can't. You really can't get more heat than that. I mean, I'm not knocking you. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
It's not wrong.
I appreciate it. Thank you. It was fun seeing you all. I'll see you probably tomorrow or soon or.
Bye, Chris.
I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we got real fighting tomorrow, so I will be there.
Scrub a dub, Chris.
I'm excited for Monday, bro. I'm so sorry again for yesterday, but I'm
you had something. Who did that guy owe money? That's all I want to know.
New York.
It's a podcast like Chris. Every single week. Lisa's about to answer him back. He asks us a question. I'm like, oh.
Cliffhangers. It's like what was it, like the last episode of The Sopranos, you know?
Oh yeah.
But yes, it is time. It's shot! Yeah! Wonderful! Wonderful. That is right. It's wonderful. Because it is. I know, TK, I know you did it, but you're gonna break it down for us. You don't have to, I think I'm gonna there's too much.
Really interesting to hear TK's answers because honestly, like I can't call it. Like Tim.
All right. Let's get this fucking shit out of the way because I don't want to talk about this, to be honest. Because you know what? Look, just for you, Tim, I'm going to play this for you. I mean, if I hopefully delete it. Did I delete it? I think. Oh, no. Yeah, here we go.
Nobody cares. Nobody.
I don't give a shit about this. I'm sorry. Like, it's just like.
Watch an episode of Riverdale instead. Watch Riverdale instead.
No, but look, this is, and I oh my God, I feel so bad because I saw his career when he started in the independent scene. He came a lot from bar wrestling and PWG. I've seen him. It sucks how they're booking this shit. Same with Luke Perry. I mean, with Jungle Boy Luke Perry, or Jack Perry, excuse me. It's just so. This is how I feel. Fuck! That's how I feel. That's my favorite.
That's my favorite.
Oh my God!
It's funny because during the Wrestling Index, Tim said when this match came up, I wish I had the drop that Ivan has of Jay White.
Yep, I swear to God, if you go and watch it, I said that and I was like, fuck! Because who cares anymore? I love Luchasaurus and I love Jungle Boy. I'll always get down. I love the tag team. I just don't fucking care anymore. And I think Justin said it on my show that I just did a couple hours ago. He said, like, and I said this, I think, in the chat room the other day, like, when it happened. Enough is a fucking enough. There's no fucking reason for Christian to keep dropping fucking your dad's dead shit. Okay, the first time, it's fine. You get a fucking reaction out of it. But the second time, okay, fine. Maybe a small reaction. But third, fourth, fifth, sixth, stop it. Enough's enough. In this match, I don't give a fuck. Jungle Boy's going to win. He better fucking move on, dude. He's a pillar, right? A fucking pillar of the company. Then go do pillar shit, all right? Go do pillar shit. This sucks. I'm done. Jungle Boy for the win. I love Luchasaurus. I'm just saying. Like, I'm done with this, though. I'm done.
The Luchasaurus flip back?
fucked up. If they would have just had him stay heel and never like go heel, face, heel, fuck that shit. No. Jungle Boy. End it. Cut it. Done.
I love you, man, because I'm with you. Shout out to Brian. What's up, Brian, man? He's like, you want to talk about real heat? He's causing a riot. Or Bobby Heenan talked about the crowds at the old Chicago Amphitheater. My mother said they sold hard booze at that place. Oh, R.I.P. Bobby Heenan, one of my favorites of all time, man.
He ain't lying. If you want to see some,
that's
watch some Dudley Boys and ECW because they had the people fucking jumping guardrails, taking shots at them.
Oh no, yeah, hell yeah, I've seen that. Oh, definitely. I got nothing to say about this one. This is gonna be my piss break. I honestly, and it sucks that I feel like I'm disrespecting these two individuals. But blame your fucking boss for doing this because he's the one who booked this again. This should have been done before. You just want to add a filler, right?
That's fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
You gotta tell me twice to fuck off because you know you fucked up on this one. This better be on your pre-show because this, I'm sorry. Jack Perry, I apologize, but I am not invested. Not. I don't care. I really don't care.
The only thing that could kind of make me interested in this is maybe if Jungle Boy shows up with his hair like short and black and he's wearing the long trunks and he's got like a weird catchphrase like "Wait till you smell the roses." I don't know. And then, Luchasaurus is a different kind of dinosaur. He's got like a robotic dinosaur or something like that. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all you got.
There's really nothing to this shit. I mean, there really is.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
I'm Rick James. Oh man,
we need that. We need that.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
You gotta get that.
What did the five?
That's it. That's all you get.
That's all you're gonna get. But yeah, never go ahead, brother.
I've been shitting on this whole storyline. I've been shitting on this whole feud, but the one saving grace is it's a cage match. I think that I'm not interested in this matchup, but I do feel if you just like separate the long feud and this matchup is going to deliver. These guys are two very talented wrestlers. It's inside of a cage match. Forget the last like 18,000 months of them feuding. I feel like if you just like block that out and just take this matchup for what it is, it's going to be an enjoyable matchup. I hope that both of these guys after this could go their separate ways, do something else, because the only thing that's stopping both of them, it's funny how they were such a great tag team on the rise and now they're stunting each other's growth because they're stuck to each other in this feud. I just hope that, like I said, we're going to get a great matchup. It's inside of a cage. AEW has never had a bad cage match, so it's going to be good, but hopefully this is the end. Christian does not have to have a fucking match with Jungle Boy. Let it be this. This is it.
Mm-hmm. I'm with
you. My prediction will be Jungle Boy winning.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. All right, let's move on. Oh, yes. The TBS Championship. That's right. We got it right here. Nyla Rose versus Jade Cargill. All right. I'll get myself out of the way. I heard you earlier, Tim. Why does this feud feel like a Vince Russo? Tony Schiavone is the one that told Tony Khan to do this type of. Oh, why did you steal her belt? Steal her belt and have this going. No, this shouldn't have happened at all.
Is that Slim Jim?
Oh yeah!
Step into a Slim Jim, yeah.
Oh yeah, I had to do it.
Oh, that's right.
Icy too.
It just look. One thing I would say, at least the women got 3 matches in this event, right? Instead of 2. Now you have 3.
Step in the right direction.
That's a great step. So I'm not, at least Devin, if you're watching this, there you go. 3 matches, bro.
Every quarter they get 3 matches, is what he says.
Hey, we're aiming for 4, all right? So we're aiming for 4 of them. Let's just hope we get the 4, maybe even 5. But this one, I'm hoping that it delivers ring. And please that it be at least 7 minutes, or at least close to 8. But I'm raw with these 2 women. Moves too. But I just want Jade to get better in the ring. And Nyla could do that. That's one thing. It just, whoever producing this match we'll find out. And I'm hoping they say who produced it, because that's when we'll find out how they will transpire this to all of us watching.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it delivers in the ring psychologically. For even if it's 8 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't care. But make it worth it. Make it, because you have 2 powerhouse of women. The story sucks, but you got 2 powerhouse women. But make it worth it. You want to make Jade your homegrown talent, like, oh, she's the best. Why she's undefeated? Make this match fucking deliverable. Don't make it like a squash. I'll be pissed off if it's fucking squash. Then I'll be like, then what was the fucking point of booking it? What was the point? Just to waste 3 minutes of their time. I'm not even saying about us, the fans. It's more about these 2 women's time. You literally just wasted their time to do that and not have, you want the fans to talk about it. And that's what they want to deliver. Tony Khan.
Yeah, and to your point, not to cut you off, but to your point, it's not just a waste of 3 minutes of their time. It's a waste of a fucking month of a shitty-ass storyline and not having something better for them to do. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course, I got Jade winning, but I think she's going to win tough. I think she's going to win like she's really exhausted after like beating the shit out of Nyla Rose, because she won't be down. But I think something's going to tell me that I'm hoping they deliver, honestly. That's all I wish for. Because I love these 2 women. I just hope that they could give them the opportunity to deliver to his audience, like how you mentioned it. Build this fucking feud for over a month, and it's for it to be over in 3 minutes? I mean, sure. What's up with that? Exactly. That's how I'll be. Because I will be pissed. Hey, yo, what the fuck? Exactly. No, I don't want this shit. No. Go ahead, Matt Catalyst. I want to hear yours, because we need to hear your thoughts on this.
Overall, I think one of the main things is I got to see the comedic side of Nyla Rose. It's so really
I love too.
She's a really funny person, and it's a lot of, I think, a little bit like the car stealing and all this other stuff. I think, yeah, to make that lead up to a squash match would be a big waste. But the other side of this is I'm really not with babyface Jade Cargill. It's like I have no reason to like her as a babyface. They didn't give me anyone just because she had wrong done to her by Nyla. Like I was happy she got her belt stolen. It's like good. Good. So in kayfabe world, I'd be cheering Nyla on. It's like good. She's annoying. I hope Nyla keeps that belt for eternity. That, and so I've got no reason to cheer for them as a baby face, and the faction's not really presented as such either. So, I mean, just because I also, Nyla Rose has acting experience too. She was in this Japanese drama called Tofu Wrestling, and that Japanese drama has a lot of big pop stars from the girl group AKB48, and Nyla Rose played this character called Debbie Kong. I
like that show. Thank you for introducing that to me.
Yeah, it's 26 episodes, and one of the biggest pop stars in K-pop right now is on that show. And I think Kenny Omega was technical advisor for that show as well. So it's a lot of different things going on with Tofu Wrestling, and I think that was Nyla's acting debut. She even had a comedic like Debbie Kong says. That kind of like Alex Abrahantes, except a Japanese woman instead.
This is why he is 69 for a reason, ladies and gentlemen.
Mhm.
That's why.
So next story, I got the 69 facts, but overall, I'd want Nyla to win by some goofy fluke, like maybe Vicky Guerrero passes her like a taser or something. I don't know, something goofy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be down with that. I don't want to. I'm not buying it. This is like when Brock Lesnar went babyface. Like I wasn't for the first time. I wasn't with it. You know, I'm not ready for this. I don't want it yet.
Oh, okay.
Like this babyface. So.
All right. Break it down, TK.
Yeah, I don't know who's supposed to be the babyface here. I don't think Jade's necessarily the babyface. I don't think Nyla's necessarily babyface. I don't think they're supposed to know who the babyface is. Overall, I was fine with the feud until they tried presenting Nyla Rose as also a TBS champion, like you see in the graphic. Like when they called her a TBS champion, I wanted to fucking like puke and punch myself in the head. Like, wait, she didn't win the belt. You can't be a champion because you stole the fucking belt. But I do agree. I said earlier today that everyone dogs Jade because she can't wrestle. But how do you know Jade can't wrestle? They only book her to wrestle 5-minute matches. Now, sure, maybe they only book her to wrestle 5-minute matches because they know behind the scenes that she can't wrestle. But if you don't actually give her the opportunity to wrestle, how do you know that she can't wrestle? Like the Athena match at fucking All Out. Like, I was excited for that match. I thought Athena might actually be the one to take the belt off of her. It was going to be a fun match. And instead, it was basically a squash match. Like, come on. Like, and that's how you're booking Athena. Like, she was like that. She was the one that you probably could have it. I think it's Jade. It's Jade all day. It'll probably be 5 to 7 minutes, just like everything else. Jade win the match. But I think, Matt, you're onto something. Maybe there's some shenanigans and Nyla gets the belt off of Jade because everyone's yearning for Jade to lose this belt and just move on to do bigger and better things or just do something else. And at the end of the day, a loss isn't a bad thing. You know, sometimes taking a loss, catching that first L and then it just clears it off. And yeah, right. And it like just clears your shoulders. Like you don't have to worry about like when is she going to get their loss? Like you got the loss. Now you can book her freely. She can go take a loss in a tag match. She can go take a loss doing this. She can go that. And that's the problem with AEW. They don't book guys like Miro and Malachi Black and Andrade at first for months and months and months and months because they can't book these guys to lose. So they only can book these guys against inferior talent instead of booking them against people they should be wrestling like Hangman and Kenny and fucking fuck. That's all I have to say. People can lose. All right. It's okay.
When you're onto it because a loss from her would give us somewhat of a reason to like her, like her suffering something. That the whole point of being a babyface, you got to get sympathy. We don't have any sympathy for her. They're like, oh, stolen car, whatever. That's just we don't care. Like, good.
Come on, you don't want us to be. I am not trying to be that way. I love you, Jade, but I am not gonna cry for you like that. There's no.
Do I have to cry for you? No. But I mean, not really. But we got. I think a loss would be a step in the right direction. Yeah, you're 100% right, Tim. Like a loss would do good for her character because a win, like what? We're gonna just keep not caring,
Yeah, I mean, valid points, fellas. I mean, that's really valid points. Honestly, if that shit does happen, that's how I'll be. I fucking lose it. Nero.
This is probably gonna be the shortest match of the night, and we spend a lot of time on this match. Like, we're probably gonna be like a 3-minute fucking squash, and we're going in depth.
Oh, don't say that! Don't say that at all.
I cannot believe this shit.
Jade's gonna beat Nyla. It's gonna be like 5 minutes, 42, 3, 4, and 0. I don't know what she's at now, but
43 and 0. I think it will be 40.
Yeah,
40.
This is just going to be someone else to feed to Jade Cargill, I feel. And now saying on the Wrestling Index, I do want her to like start getting tested. I want to see what she can do in the deep waters because she's being trained by Bryan Danielson, or as Chris would say, Daniel Bryanson. So it's about time to see what she could do. Like, can she sink or float if you took her to the limits? Like, what's going to happen? So Not this matchup, just because I don't see this going too well. If it got a lot of time, it'd probably be kind of boring. But if it was, someone else, like if you ran back her and Athena, like let that match go like 15 minutes, see what Jade could do, because that's how she's going to get better. And that's how you're going to know what type of star you have, because right now, yeah, you could protect her in squash matches, but let's see what she could do when you take it to the deep water.
We'll see, man. I can tell you, we'll see what happens depending on, Mr. Khan, how he books it, or whoever is producing this match, but I know he has the final say. It's an unfortunate, but we'll see. If it is, we spend fucking 5 minutes of this shit in this 3 minutes, I would be fucking pissed. Because this is where, yes, I'm going to do it again because I will be upset because this is how I'll be.
Fuck!
I wouldn't be that fucking. I would be that way because the hell, we wasted 5 minutes for that. And no disrespect to women. I don't mean it that way. Let's get into the three-way for the TNT Championship. I said it last week. I heard you earlier, TK. Talk about the real TK, the Banger Podcasting. I heard you earlier. I really wanted just one-on-one. Did you mention it earlier? In your show, I wanted a one-on-one between two homegrown AEW talents to go at it at a war for this AEW TNT title. You added a veteran towards this shit, which I get it. You want to play it safe because you want to say, oh, maybe it won't deliver. This is where I feel that Tony Khan cannot rely on his own homegrown talent. He needs to add a fucking veteran who could actually take him to the limit. Hey, you know what? I'm going to add this guy, so let's make it a three-way. So let's just have this fatal three-way match for the TNT belt, not the Ring of Honor television title on the line, but we'll have this title on the line. And don't be surprised. I know you guys mentioned it earlier, and I'm with you guys. Someone's going to take the fall, which will be Hobbs, will protect Samoa Joe. And then you're going to have probably Joe and Wardlow, belt versus belt at Final Battle. Maybe that could be the case. I don't know. That could be the direction they're heading to. Maybe so, to develop Ring of Honor Final Battle. That's probably why they added him to the card. Maybe so. But I wasn't very happy that he was added. I knew it was going to happen. Once he hit him with the damn belt, I'm like, yep. Tony Khan cannot rely on his own people.
No.
And I'm sorry. And I'm saying it right now.
You motherfuckers.
No.
You think you can do this to me?
That's how I felt. I felt that shit. Because like, what? Why did you add him? But it happened, Ah, man. Yeah. You're good. But yeah. I'll take. I'm gonna take Wardlow, but I think he's gonna pin Hobbs, and Joe will be outside injured. Something's gonna happen. I hope they deliver. You got three of powerhouse men, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Take it away, TK.
Oh, boy. I said earlier tonight, this is the match I'm most excited for on this card. Three big, meaty men slapping meat, shirts off, sweating all over each other, just pecs and man tits and muscles and fuck!
Hell yes!
Yes! And I mean that in the most sexiest way. These guys, oh my God, the three of them.
Oh my God,
dude.
You're going to be like Vince McMahon.
We'll make movies.
Oh, God.
Who likes Wardlow more?
You're going to make movies with these three individuals.
You heard? Who likes Wardlow more, Heel Liz or TK?
Oh, I'm
I'm
infatuated with Wardlow.
I think TK. We got to have a show at the same time.
Because Liz is like obsessed with Wardlow.
I look at it. Why wouldn't we all should be obsessed with him? Have you seen him without a shirt? Oh my God, dude. He is just a dreamboat of sexiness. I digress about how beautiful this man Hobbs. Oh my God. And then you had Joe, the three of them. My God, let's go. But Like me and my wife are just gonna be sitting on the couch just drooling all over each other. Like this is gonna be good. I'm gonna thank these guys. Like it's gonna be a fun night. Thanks, guys. And it'll be specifically because of this match. All she needed was Hobbs and Wardlow, but now she has Joe. It's like, let's go, baby. She likes the big men. I'm all in on it, and it's Wardlow all day. I think the opposite of what you think, Ivan. I don't want to steal De Niro's thunder. But since you brought it up, I think Joe was added for a specific reason. He was added to be the one to take the pin because I think we're going to get Wardlow and Hobbs down the road in that singles match that we all wanted. And I, too, agree. There was no need to add Joe. Wardlow and Hobbs was more than sufficient one-on-one, big, beautiful men slapping meat. But, again, I'm all for the three of them doing their thing.
Oh, yeah, you really are.
Very oozy.
Very, very oozy. All right. Yes.
Fickle.
Matt freaking Callis.
You know, I said last week that Samoa Joe has more interesting opponents as a heel. I mean, this I guess is sort of a tweener role because, like, you know, that clearly Wardlow is the babyface here. This is kind of if there's another analogy to the past, I'd say Wardlow's kind of in like there have been the Goldberg comparisons, but Wardlow has a much higher ceiling to where he could go than Goldberg ever had or ever will. You know, there's a lot more than that Wardlow can do career-wise in the future. The sky's the limit.
Hold on.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Yeah.
Say that. Tell me you didn't say that.
I said Wardlow can do more than Goldberg.
Thank you. That's why I said it because
did I say the opposite?
No. I repeated that for all the Goldberg fans. That's
why.
Wardlow is definitely a lot more talented than Goldberg.
Yeah, there's more possibilities. Samoa Joe's kind of in the position, like this is like if we had a triple threat with both Vader and Goldberg in WCW, but there's more possibilities here because these guys have so much more tools in the trunk of their cars, you know, so much more stuff going on. They got a bigger arsenal, both of them. And then you add Hobbs in the mix, you know, your chances go down considerably. And now you have an 11 3/4 chance of
Oh, it's a Scott Steiner. Here we go.
No, I had to sneak that in. I
know you had to.
I wish I could have turned that into a song. I'm like, and then Hobbs, you know, got the globs and robs, you know. Hobbs could rob.
Oh no.
Hobbs could rob. I gotta walk with Elias Matthews back.
Tranquilo.
I gotta rhyme sometimes and do crimes, you know.
Yeah.
I'm never.
I get you. That's why you love Walk with Elias for that reason.
Yeah, walking with them. But
you're walking with them, right?
But overall, it really seems that Wardlow's gonna come out on top of this because there wasn't really a whole lot of Hobbs, you know, week to week. You know,
because Tony Khan didn't know what the hell to do with him. This is where I get mad. I get upset. You get a very great I apologize to interrupt you, but I digress because you have a powerhouse Hobbs that you could take, which he answered my prayers. You're booking him against Wardlow, and great, but give me the fucking story. Why? And then he started doing it, but then when he started doing it, you added Joe. Make it feel like a three-way fillet show type of fucking matchup because he's getting very juicy if I keep saying that. Talk about Tiff over here. But, man, this should have been one-on-one, but, I mean, I digress.
I think I know what they would do, though, because logically, storyline, I think Wardlow will retain, and then maybe Hobbs and Samoa Joe will go off to Ring of Honor to, you know, have their feud one-on-one.
I wouldn't mind that either.
That'd be dope. I'd fuck with that for sure.
Yeah.
I think none of them will, you know, either one's fine. I don't think it will, you know, won't matter. All right. De Niro.
Yeah, like TK said, my opinion is Samoa Joe was added to this match just because, you don't want Wardlow to take the fall, but I think that it's time that Wardlow loses this title somehow, starts to gear up for a world title shot, and then you'll have Powerhouse Hobbs as the TNT champion. I think that would be an awesome way to push Powerhouse Hobbs and then push Wardlow as well, but neither of them taking the fall. Shout out to Lennox Coleman. That's the homie.
Yeah, that's right. Lennox, what's going on, brother? Thank you for tuning in, man.
Most definitely. So I think that the reason why this matchup was made a 3-way is for Powerhouse to win the matchup, but still protect Wardlow. But honestly, I was more excited when this was a one-on-one matchup. I thought that was going to be a great one-on-one matchup. I'm a big Samoa Joe fan, but he did not need to be in this matchup.
No. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. All right. What do we got next here? Now we got the AEW Tag Team titles, baby. How do you say? Instead of WWE, it'll be AEW Tag Team titles, baby. Scissor me, daddy. Scissor me.
Not stiff neck. I can't even do that.
I have a stiff neck too, man. But you gotta crack that neck, and you gotta be like, come on, man. You gotta be like Papa Vinny, for God's sakes. You gotta move.
Such good shit.
So you gotta move the good shit.
Your mention to the crack of your neck brought back like that Busta Rhymes songs. Break your neck. Break your neck. Break your neck. Break your neck. Like,
yeah. You see, you gotta break your neck, man.
Break your neck. Busta Rhymes,
Yes, you're gonna have to. But I will let TK take over on this one. Take it away, my brother.
Yeah, you got it. And this will be my last one before I get out of here. I love you guys so much. I gotta be up super early though. Appreciate you guys having me on. But this one,
pleasure working with you.
Yeah, thank you, man. I've been talking to you for like the last 4.5 hours. It's been fucking awesome, bro. It's been a great time. Thank you guys for having me on this for sure. But this one, it was all set up in Chicago. I don't know that the Acclaim were ever actually supposed to win these belts. I know Tony Khan had said it was supposed to be a trilogy or whatever. I don't know. I feel like he took the heat that the energy Chicago gave and instantly made the Acclaim the tag team champions 2 weeks later at Grand Slam, which was the right move for sure. Everyone who said that they should have called an audible and put it on the Acclaim during the mid-match is so stupid. You don't do that. I've never heard of anything like that. That's insane. But right. I digress. Going on them on Grand Slam was the right call. You had to have a third match here. Everyone who wanted FTR to win, I understand. I'm screaming like, where the fuck is FTR even on this card? But again, digressing there. Swerve in Our Glory, they ain't even a team no more, dude. Keith Lee's a face. Swerve's a heel. Let them go their separate ways. I wish that the Swerve in Our Glory Acclaim thing was never even a thing. I wish that Hobbs and Ricky were the ones who won the tag team titles instead of these guys, and this whole Acclaimed versus another tag team would have been these guys versus Hobbs and Ricky, and it would have been legit. And then you could have broke Hobbs and Ricky up and done their fucking feud now. Not that I'm complaining about big meaty men slapping meat, but the whole Hobbs and Ricky thing was done so poorly. Again, digressing. This match, it is the Acclaimed. It's the Acclaimed all fucking day. They're over. Daddy Ass is the most over person on the whole roster. As fucking crazy as that is. The rap video was fucking hilarious, dude. Daddy Ass is so fucking funny. They're not going away from this, and I don't think they go away from it anytime soon. I think they hold the belts for like the next 6 months till FTR loses the ROH, the IWGP, and even the AAA, and then they go ahead and take the belts from the Acclaim. It's the Acclaimed. It's the Acclaimed all day.
Listen, that's right. Listen to a banger podcast right here. That's right. That's right.
I love it.
We love it, baby.
Word.
My baby boy TK, I appreciate you, brother, for tuning. For coming on tonight. I know that you did a fantastic prediction show, ladies and gentlemen. The description is right below. Follow, subscribe, Floor Slappers.
I love the indexes of books, and we love the Wrestling Index.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
thank
we
you so
do.
much.
Appreciate family,
it.
Man. I mean,
whether it's on Circle Debate, whether it's on Wrestling Delorean, whether it's on your channel, my channel, everyone's channel, you're one of my favorite people to work with. I always appreciate you, bro.
You are the man.
You are the
Love
man.
You guys.
You, family.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much for everything. Like all you do, everything. It's
look, your family too.
To this day.
To this day.
It's a pleasure, man.
Hey, to this
I
day, you are.
appreciate you. I appreciate you all, Matt. It was a pleasure talking to you again. It's rare, when we're on together, it's fucking nice. I catch you guys. That's enjoyable. I was talking to you. You are an index of wrestling, man. It is always a pleasure to get to talk to you. This was very nice. De Niro, I love you so much, man. These last 4.5 hours have been fucking incredible. Ivan, my dude, I love you, my brother. Fucking Bloodline and Podcasting, my fucking dude. You can find me, TK, the Wrestling Index, Floor Slamper Sports, YouTube, FloorSlamperSports.com. You like NFL, NBA, MLB, fantasy sports, and of course, wrestling for days. Check out FloorSlamperSports.com, the Wrestling Index Podcast, all major audio platforms, and the Visionaries Global Media Network. Boys, I'm going to catch the rest of the show as I go get into bed. I appreciate you guys so much for having me on. Have a great rest of your show. Enjoy Full Gear. Enjoy Thanksgiving. I'm out.
You too, my man. You care. Have a good one.
Later.
All right. Well, I'll be right back. He's wrestling, but go ahead, De Niro, take it over. I'll be right back.
All right. For this matchup, I gotta say the Acclaim has to win this. I agree with what Tim said. I think that for sure Swerve and Our Glory is probably gonna go their separate ways after this matchup, with having Keith Lee as the definitive babyface and have Swerve as the definitive heel. And right now, the Acclaim is so fucking over. Like, why would you take the title off of them? They're everybody loves the Acclaim, right? It's not just a catchphrase. Fucking everybody loves daddy ass. Like, usually you strike when the iron's hot, but they already struck. So just continue adding fuel to that fire, because right now they're just going to continue to grow in popularity. And it's rare nowadays in wrestling when you continue to grow as a babyface. Like, today's age, the baby faces are not the cool. Like, it's not the coolest thing to cheer for. Is usually the heel. So if you have a baby face team that is this over, just got to keep on pushing that, got to keep on running with that, because you don't want to stagnate their growth. So the Acclaim wins this one. What's your thoughts on this?
I gotta give it. Yeah, I definitely give it to the Acclaim as well, because it really wouldn't make sense at this point for Swerve and Our Glory to win the titles. Yeah. There's more interesting things you could do with them as singles competitors. You could do a lot with Keith Lee. I think the bigger question is Keith Lee going to be a babyface after this team breaks up? Because it seems to be like his comfort zone, kind of what he was doing. I didn't catch if he did heel stuff in NXT. I didn't catch it, or it just missed me by a little bit.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, there you go. And if he did, I missed it. So Swerve seems to have a good handle. He when Swerve does heel, it's like wearing his own shoes. He doesn't mind being a jerk or being a badass, a good guy. Either way, because I guess when you've got the cool thing going on, you could be cool and evil, and you could be cool and good. You kind of you're fluid between the two. Swerve Strickland could even be a tweener after this. And you know what? I'm sorry, I haven't done this in a minute. Let me dust it off. I got some baseballs ready to go.
Here we go, baby! Okay. Curveball, baby. It's curveball time. Let's go.
Who's ready to catch? I got a few right here. Wade Boggs, We got any Wade Boggs? You got it. You're Wade Boggs eating that whole chicken, eating that whole chicken before playing a Red Sox game. But I'll say this. So after Swerve and Our Glory, they get a good match out of this, but they don't win. And then they break up. Keith Lee either becomes a tweener or a babyface, because other than Comfort Zone, he seems better utilized that way, babyface. Swerve. I mentioned the word tweener. Guys, I think you guys could answer this for me. What is the only dedicated tweener faction in AEW that kind of prides himself on fighting everybody?
The BCC.
There you go. Swerve in Blackpool Combat Club.
What? Wait, what? What?
Because he seems
what?
That's why that's my curveball. Reason being is because it seems like babyface heel tweener he can make all of it work because it's like, to him, it's like wearing his own shoes. When he's a good guy, it works out for him. When he's a bad guy, it works out for him. He could easily shift into either or. The same thing was kind of the same for Bryan Danielson. It's like they could just fluidly move from babyface to heel, no problem. It's like changing lanes on the freeway for them.
That's a fucking major curveball that you just threw right now.
Yeah, it could work for him. He could be a bad guy, and he could be a bad guy or a good guy in Blackpool Combat Club. I don't know if he has what kind of relationship he has with William Regal, but he would give that group a whole different flavor. You know, it would be interesting because it's not, you can't just have like super young dudes, or I don't know the age difference between him and Wheeler Yuta, but he would be very interesting in that faction, you know, like all Atlantic champion in the BCC. And maybe, and the cool thing about the BCC is you could feud from within that faction too, because they love fighting they're okay with fighting amongst themselves. So it doesn't limit your opponents being in the BCC.
That is a fucking curveball. I mean, I don't know what was your response to that? I mean, shit.
That's more like a knuckleball.
With the knuckleball, here you go.
I bunted. You know, somebody bunted that ball back.
No, I don't think that they will go that route, but if they did, it would, like you said, add a whole nother flavor to the BCC, and I would like to see that. But I would like him to feud with BCC. I think he would have a great match with Bryan Danielson. Him and Moxley would be good. Him and Wheeler Yuta would be good. Him and Claudio would be fucking amazing.
Claudio.
Yo, him and Claudio would be amazing.
That's a lot of flavor there. Claudio and Swerve, you know, that's a lot of different flavor going on in ring, outside the ring, on the microphone. Maybe, you know, if you look at it this way, you could also look at it this way. Maybe not to say that Swerve's lacking in ring at all, but you could kind of say that anything that Claudio doesn't have, Swerve definitely has.
Oh my God, you got me going. Yeah, Jesus Christ. It's too much. It's too much.
Anything Claudio doesn't have, Swerve has. And I gotta say, and then there's definitely things that Claudio has that Swerve doesn't have. I wouldn't say necessarily that Swerve needs it, but it would be such a great contrast between the two. I think Swerve might bring out some of those missing elements that people have had from Claudio. It's like, oh, Claudio's not a good promo, or he never gets to talk, or blah, blah, blah. Well, now's your chance. You got a guy that's all promo, all swagger, all flavor, all fashion, all atmosphere. That's Swerve. You got atmosphere, you got fashion, you got style, you got music. You know, with Claudio, you got wrestling, you got purity, you got grappling, you know, you got technicality. Let's get a little flavor. Let's get variation. Let's bring what they're missing in each other. They could kind of make up for in each other. I love that contrast. You know, that could be right after this, because, you know, our predictions is maybe for the future, what we could get.
Man, I don't know how to fucking answer the heck to come back with it. Fuck, it's so much shit that you just added. It, like, it makes me wonder. I'm like,
Mine's blown.
My mind is like, where the fuck do I go from here? I have no idea.
Magic right there. Magic.
That is magic, baby. But so wait, who do you got winning then?
Of course the Acclaimed. I said the Acclaimed because it doesn't make sense for. Oh yeah, you weren't here, but it wouldn't make sense for Swerve and Our Glory to get the title at this stage, especially with what they got going on. Them staying in the tag team division. It's not to say, you know, I really like it better in another place. It's like, you know, it's like eating, you know, it's like eating prime rib for breakfast. You know, I want it at a different place in the day. I want this with something else. I don't want prime rib with eggs. I want prime rib with my mashed potatoes, you know?
Yeah, because Matt Callis.
Because I'm built differently.
He is built differently. That's what it is. He is.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
Yeah, the food reference. I had to come in with the food references, but that's something you could do. Swerve in Our Glory. Right now, I don't want them in this place. This match is there to get them out of this place.
I mean, you're right. I mean, it should be. I think. For me, honestly, this one. I mean, of course, the Acclaim. They need to retain. Obviously, I hope this match will deliver from the last two, which I felt like it should have ended already from a while back. It should have been the Acclaim versus FTR in this one. But you want to protect FTR, not for them to put over, the Acclaim. So it makes it difficult. This match, I'm still excited for that. I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I think maybe Keith Lee could go. Maybe they could go to the BCC. I felt Keith fits a lot more better with BCC than Swerve. I think Swerve will be on his own, or unless he starts his own faction. I don't know. There's a lot of things that he could do on this one. But I hope this tag match will be great as the first two. I'm hoping it could deliver. And that's what I hope for. And something tells me that we might see the breakup between Swerve and Our Glory in this event. I mean, everybody's predicting it. I know that we're doing it here as well. I'm myself, included. But I'm hoping that it could deliver and, put a hell of a show. Especially you have, I think one of the, either Max or Bowen is in the New Jersey area. Who they don't know. Who's the one from the New Jersey area? Is it
Bowens?
Bowens, right? Okay, so Bowens could be the one. Yeah, maybe one, maybe over. That's what I think. The way how Dynamite we saw how he's kind of sold Swerve, which was a great match, by the way. I think he might get the win this time. He might get the revenge. He might pin Swerve here, and that's where you see the breakup. Maybe, what were you, man? You didn't help me. We pushed each other, but then again, I wouldn't mind seeing Keith Lee going heel. I wouldn't mind him just snapping it like, fuck this shit. He just goes off and just beat the shit out of the Acclaim and you see Swerve smiling. Kind of like a Dark Sidious fucking. I'm going Star Wars here. Yes, I'm a fucking nerd, okay? Accept it, ladies and gentlemen. But you can see like Sidious, like the Sidious mode of Swerve, and you see Keith Lee just demolish these two individuals after the match, and you see Swerve getting booed really, really bad. I mean, that could be the case too. There's a lot of scenarios how you can work this tag match. Very lot. I like yours, Matt Callis. Don't get me wrong. But I think that could be another route too they can head to. Because then now you can really make Swerve and Our Glory a very heelish tag team, having Keith Lee to turn full on heel and say, you know what, I give in. And give in to the dark side of the force. Let the hate flow through you. And then he gets it. And there you go. Maybe so. I mean, that could be the case. You never know. All right. I want to talk about De Niro's favorite match of all time and Matt Callis, because I knew that you guys would want to talk about this. So, yes, that's right. Yeah, it's right. Double J. Yeah.
I don't know if you can see the
J-A, double R-E, double T. That's right. Yeah. Strut, baby. Strut. That's right.
Ain't I great?
Slap nuts. Ain't I great? Slap nuts.
Stay you back to week to 18 and morning day. You will see a king.
It's my world.
My world. That's so many memories of watching TNA on my black box in my parents' room in 2002.
Man,
I said it on the Wrestling Index. I'll say it here. As much as I love that theme song, his WCW theme song was so much better.
Kid Rock?
Well, it was a knockoff Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. Cowboy. Was yeah. I'm gonna go right away, man, because but look, I might get shitted on this. Yes, I know I will. I'm gonna get shitted. So people are listening or watching. I want to say it. I know. Damn. Yeah, I know. I'm going with Double J, AR, T and the Jay Lethal. I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna go with Jay Lethal and Jared.
My man,
This feud
right here.
But I heard you earlier, but I'm gonna tell you why I feel that's gonna happen, and I'm gonna explain very brief. We're gonna see this happening. Double J will get the pin. It's either a roll up or something on Sting or on Darby. Or they're gonna Double J needs to get the pin. There's no fucking way that Jay Little's gonna get it. It has to be Jeff Jarrett. Now, here's the catch for you, gentlemen. When did Sting made his debut on what episode of Dynamite? What is it called?
Winter's Coming.
There you go. So you will have your singles rematch, Sting versus Jeff Jarrett at Winter's Coming, and Sting will go over. That's why this feud will extend, because you're gonna have Jarrett either pinning Sting or Darby. From there, you're gonna have it go to Winter's Coming, where Sting made his debut 2 years ago. Am I correct, Dinner, or 1 year ago? Mike Ellis.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, right?
It was during the pandemic. It happened during the pandemic.
2 years ago.
The first Winter is Coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you remember, Winter is Coming, that was the one where Kenny Omega beat Jon Moxley for the title, and then last year's Winter is Coming was where I believe it was Hangman Page versus Bryan Danielson. So, yeah.
The first one, Sting. That was a great night for me since I'm both big for Kenny Omega and Sting. That was my favorite Winners Coming, the first one. I screamed and punched my wall twice that night. Enjoy.
It's funny. I was watching it with my girl, and all of a sudden, it's funny because me and Tony Schiavone said it at the same time. Like, it's Sting! And
Sting!
When Sting came out, I was like, ah! I did the net.
Oh yeah, of course. I remember it, man. Yeah. If you go back to the archive, ladies and gentlemen, go back to the archive, circle the video, subscribe. Matt Callis was really, really, oh my god. Yeah, he went ballistic. But yes, I choose Jarrett and Jay Lethal to win this match. This feud is going to continue. To Winter's Coming is where it ends. Or Jeff Jarrett will get pinned by Mr. Showtime himself, Sting. You know, you're going to have, and look, I know, so I don't work for Tony Khan, but I know his brain, how it works. There's no fucking way you're going to tell me that you're not going to give Jeff Jarrett his win here, making his debut on a paid show.
Yeah.
You need to give him this fucking win, because you guess what? You're going to have him booked for Winter's Coming. That'll be your. When is the last time we saw a one-on-one match of Sting and Jeff Jarrett? It was Impact, TNA. That was the last time we saw it. You're going to see it again.
2010, maybe?
Exactly, 2010. So now you're going to have this. And Darby's going to be on Sting's corner, Jay on, and then it's going to be intriguing to see the storyline built to Winter's Coming. Because Sting is going to be the one, no, you can't go, you can't have one up on me. I need to dethrone you. I need to defeat you. Because they're going to bring back the Impact days. And I hope that they kind of bring that along, giving Impact at least the recognition for it. So then it could be like, hey, look at the archives library. There, boom. How the whole story developed between Sting and Jeff Jarrett. So I feel that this is the right time.
The WCW shit. Show the TNA history, because there's a lot of history from them.
Oh yeah. TNA history. That's exactly what I'm talking about. TNA history, show it, and I feel that really will help this story develop more to Winter's Coming. So that's why I feel was going to happen. Jeff Jarrett and Jimmy are going to get the win, and then you're going to have your one-on-one match. That's my prediction right here. And you heard it here first. Go ahead, De Niro.
First of all, for everyone who's shitting on Jeff Jarrett's having a hell of a fucking year. All right. My man was just at SummerSlam as the referee between the Usos and the Street Profits. People don't even remember that. Right. Then the next night was the best part of Ric Flair's final matchup. Like, Andrade wasn't shit in that matchup. Ric Flair wasn't shit in that matchup. I like Jay Lethal, but he wasn't shit in that matchup. Jeff Jarrett was the best part of that matchup. And now he's having a match in AEW If you want to go earlier in the year, go all the way back to January. Jeff Jarrett had a match in GCW against Effie, which was a great matchup. So for everybody saying, oh, Jeff Jarrett doesn't have it anymore, blah, blah, Jeff Jarrett's washed up. Jeff Jarrett this year alone had 2 really good matches. And he's been in every major wrestling promotion this year alone. So I think that, Jeff Jarrett definitely is going to put on a good show. He's in great shape. We saw that in the Ric Flair matchup. Him and Jay Lethal made a good team against Ric Flair and Andrade. So I think that it should be good. Sting and Darby Allin have never lost a matchup together in AEW. And I think that this could be their first loss. So I'm going with Jay Lethal and JEFFJARRETT. Ain't I great?
Ain't I great, ladies and gentlemen? That's right. Love it. Love it. Mr. 69 himself.
All right. So 2 big things to kind of factor in here. If you were Jeff Jarrett and you're offered an AEW deal, would you want to lose your debut match? Even if you are a heel, would you want to? Especially given Jeff Jarrett's history of refusing to lose matches through multiple promotions.
I mean, I think he's at the point of his career where it doesn't really matter. Like wins and losses don't matter to him.
Yeah, it's true in one way, but
if anything, he's there to push and elevate the younger talent. So the guy who's going to benefit most out of Jeff Jarrett, Sting, and Jay Lethal, 3 legends, is going to be Darby Allin.
It has to be.
Yeah.
But I think the loss could give, like I said earlier with the Jade Cargill match, the sympathy. A lot of people already love Darby Allin. I guess it's just another chance for Darby Allin to show different sides of his arsenal, kind of like, some of the mat technician, some of the high flying, some of the, his Canadian destroyers, all that great stuff, just code reds, all like how the combinations he could do with Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. I think another thing is, I'm going to say this for Chris, because I already know what Chris would say if he was still with us today, if he didn't go to that place up north, is that place up there, North Hollywood. If Chris was still with us. Chris, I know you could hear us from up there in North Hollywood.
He's probably watching while he's driving because he's going to work.
Yeah. So what I'd say to Chris is Chris said this multiple times. Sting, I know he said it in interviews, especially with Jim Cornette. He's told him, was like, oh, Jim asked him, you've never wanted to be a heel? You've never given it a try? Because he's done it a few times here and there, very small sections of time he's been a heel. But he really hasn't had that big publicized heel run that everybody talks about. Yeah. So maybe this is a chance. Maybe Jeff Jarrett's tapping into his dark side. I was like, Jeff Jarrett has been a character to corrupt other people in the past and turn them to evil, and who knows, we might even tap into Jeff Jarrett's past as a Bullet Club member,
Oh my God.
Let's not forget he's been a member of the club.
So Scott,
that was the time when the agent was in. That's a long time ago.
That was for Global Force Wrestling.
And he hit
that was like what, 2016, right?
Mm-hmm.
And was that 2016?
Maybe 2014, 2013, 2015, who knows, around that time.
2014, because that was Wrestle Kingdom 9.
Yeah, and he hit
there you go.
He hit Tanahashi over the head with his guitar, so there's a little bit of history there. Yeah, there's a little bit of Jeff Jarrett and Jeff Jarrett in the NWO, Jeff Jarrett in the Four Horsemen, Jeff Jarrett in Bullet Club. Jeff Jarrett does pretty good in different factions. He was even a member of Sports Entertainment Extreme for a little bit.
This is why Lennox, what he said, why he's on God mode before Roman Reigns made it famous.
There you go.
Best Jeff Jarrett faction was Planet Jarrett. You guys remember Planet Jarrett?
Yes.
Him, Alex Shelley, AMW, Rhino, fucking Scott Steiner.
I got another one for you. The Kings of Wrestling with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. They're all Elvis.
Oh,
all
God,
three of them are Elvis. He freaking pulls that out with the Elvis song. He comes to the ring at full gear. Yeah, he comes to the ring with Kevin Nash doing the Kings of Wrestling. My God.
You remember the Flying Elvises?
Oh yeah, Sonny.
Oh man,
Siaki, Jorge Estrada, and what was Jimmy Yang. If you notice, their theme song was the Kings of Wrestling.
Same one as the Kings of Wrestling.
It was called Flying to Graceland or some shit.
Something like that. I think. Yeah.
I mean, if they pull that one out, my God, if they pull that one out.
I feel like this feud is going to extend because, okay, there's no fucking way you can have Sting and Darby to win, and then just to call it quits. I mean, I know I digressed in the prior episodes about Jarrett. Okay, why is he here taking TV time? Okay, yeah, I did say that, but I mean, I totally forgot that Sting debuted on Winter's Coming, which is coming up. So why not best to end the feud that way? So that means you're gonna have to extend this feud. You guys mentioned about Kings of Wrestling, all these factions. What about he can bring all these back like throwbacks and just fucking attack Sting and Darby?
Speaking of throwbacks, you guys want another curveball?
Jeff Jarrett's joining the BCC.
I got a different kind of curveball for you guys. Because we saw him make his appearance with Sting, Muda and Jeff Jarrett. There you go. KG Muto, Jeff Jarrett.
But no, he has to go to Japan.
Jeff Jarrett, vice versa. Muda could come here. Jeff Jarrett could go there.
No, let that be itself the match.
Okay, Jeff Jarrett could go to Noah and do it.
No,
some other time.
You need to have Sting and Great Muta one-on-one, no interference. Muta retires with Sting or Muta pin Sting, whatever.
They could do.
I don't care, but no Jeff Jarrett. No, you don't. I have to play this.
They're both using the figure 4 right now.
Oh, I know.
No. No. Hell no.
This is just like that gag. Ivan was like, "No, I'm not gonna wear that dress. No, you're not. I'm never. I'm not gonna be there." And then he comes out in the wedding dress. Yoo-hoo! Look who's here for you. Look who's here for you. They did that on Freakazoid.
I know.
On Freakazoid.
I just can't. No. I'd rather not touch that match. Let that match be itself. I would not touch that much because I want to see a Keiji Muto and Sting last time one-on-one. So I want. Give me what I want. So I want. All right.
Give me what I want.
Yes, please. All right, let's move on. All right. I said it on the comment earlier, the Fatal 4-Way for the Ring of Honor World title. Yeah, the Goat, the Tom Brady of professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, the Goat, El Ocho, Chris Jericho defending his Ring of Honor World title versus Carter Casanova, Brian Danielson, Brian, whatever Chris, the director would say it, Sammy Guevara. Yeah, I mean, that's what you have. But I'm going to say very quick, I'm not invested. And people are going to be like, what? How are you not invested? Why you're not invested? I'm going to get a what? I know. I'm.
You're lying.
I mean, I'm invested. The match, everything else should be great. The only thing I'm not is the story. Where are you taking me with this fucking story? I mean, like, okay, I said it like last week. I think, you guys were here last week. I mean, I said it. It's just like, why? Like, because Brian is mad at the whole world. He's mad at his own club and he's mad at them. Then he's mad at Garcia for turning his back on him. Where the fuck is Garcia? Why is that involved in this? And that's why I get upset of. This is like, this match. Well, look, we did say, though, him and Sammy were going to be main eventer, and they watch our show because he did it twice. So, Tony Khan, we got you, baby. See, but the only thing I'm not really intrigued of this is just that there's no really much of a story built up for this for me to be like, oh shit, this is going to be interesting. I love the match because I know they're going to do a lot of innovating stuff here in this matchup. Of course, look at Joe's going to win. He's going to have to win. There's no way that Sammy is going to pin Jericho or Sammy going to pin anybody else. I don't see Claudio winning. I don't see Brian. If Brian wins, I'll be happy. Then I'll give you two. I'll make it very quick. Two ways can happen here. Jericho, if he wins, the last person he has to face is Garcia final battle. I've been saying it. I'm going to keep on saying it, and I will keep on saying it. Because, Garcia, honestly, is...
He's a bad man.
Because he is a bad man in technical wrestling. I'll tell you that. But that's what I want to see, Jericho and Garcia, to end that, to kind of break it off, and Garcia walking like Ryu from Street Fighter in the sunset. There you go, with both of the belts, the Ring of Honor pure title and the world title.
That'd be fire.
Why not? I mean, what better way to end this story? It's just that. And Jericho leaves. He's done. And fuck it. Have Garcia take over Ring of Honor for their platform. I heard you earlier saying about, and I agree. We both said it. You and I said the same thing. Why they have Jericho the belt? This is, I think, for me, should be Garcia and Jericho at Final Battle. Now, if it's Brian and Garcia, I wouldn't mind that either. Because that's when Brian will finally get an understanding why Garcia turned his back on him. And then get an understanding that, hey, entertainment is not that bad. You want to add to it. Here you go. You did it too. Brian.
Brian Danielson did a lot of sports entertaining shit. Need I remind people of Curly Kane and B Dazzle and their rap?
Fickle. They're fickle.
Yeah, I remind you of a certain Anger Management segment on Monday Night Raw and them hugging it out. Brian Danielson, you're a sports entertainer.
Total Bellas.
Hey, Total Divas, Total Bellas. Like, Danielson, you were there.
Bella. He's Mr. Bella.
Yes.
Husbella.
He was husband. He was
ducky, quack, quack.
He was all of that shit. All over that.
Mm-hmm.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, I think those could be the two scenarios.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't mind it. I wish because Final Battle, okay, we're what? 6 weeks away from it?
Not like a month. Yeah. What was it?
No. Less than that. We're November 17, 19, December 10. So we're about like 3.5 weeks. Yeah.
No, yeah. We're about like 3 weeks away. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you got to start building that storyline.
Yeah.
As I'm saying, what better way to either have those two scenarios? I'm just saying. I am just saying, De Niro. I mean, I heard your digression earlier, but I feel those could be the two scenarios how to build this. Either I don't see Claudio winning it, honestly.
Unfortunately, not.
No, I love Claudio, but here's the thing that pissed me off. They might put him the belt in the first place. You gave him the belt, and you make him lose very quick. You should have just given it to Jericho in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that shit was... First of all, I'm not the biggest Jonathan Gresham fan, especially after all that bullshit. But...
Oh, yeah, I know.
Jonathan Gresham held Ring of Honor down the whole fucking time Ring of Honor was on hiatus. Then you quickly take the title from him to give it to Claudio. And I was cool with that if he was going to run with Claudio. But since you just had Claudio as a transitional champion for Jericho, it was like a slap in the face to everything that Ring of Honor was before the selling to Tony Khan. Yeah. And I'm not mad at it. Like I said it on the Wrestling Index. It's smart for Jericho. And I think Jericho's going to win this too. It's smart for Jericho to be the face of Ring of Honor as they try to introduce Ring of Honor to a whole nother crowd on TV. That's smart. kind of like what they did with the AEW when AEW first came out, right?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the Ring of Honor Championship is one of the most prestigious championships of all time. It's very rare that anybody held that title for less than 7 months. It's very rare that anyone held that title more than one time. Only 2 people held that title more than one time. Oh, 3 people. Jay Briscoe, he held it twice. Austin Aries held it twice. And Adam Cole held it 3 times.
Oh, shit. Hey, is he the only 3-time?
Yeah, only 3-time champions, Adam Cole. If you go through the history of Ring of Honor champions, everybody else was a one-time champion.
Okay.
He always treated that title with prestige. Now you're seeing transitional champions. Claudio wins it. A week later, he loses it. It's like, I hope that they don't go away from what Ring of Honor represented back in the day.
That's my fear.
Yeah, no hot potato. This isn't a potato. This is it's a steak.
Yeah. I mean, even if you look at if you look at first of all, you just made me want steak.
That's what I'm saying. He's making me want to fucking have steak now.
There you go. I got food references. And
over here, I had a good train of thought, and also I was like,
damn, nice medium
it's
red
a
steak.
juicy Ring of Honor title. That's how it should be treated. It's a cut of Chateaubriand. It's prime rib. It's not a side dish. It's not, but it's like when you don't finish your French fries, and you just like just throw them away. Sometimes or you don't finish your potato. That's not what this is. This is
Ring of Honor. Like, first of all, there's already so many changes that I'm not too happy with, right? So, for example, look at Death Before Dishonor, right? And I'm gonna keep this brief because we have like another 15 matches. This part is long.
No. We're about towards the end of the deadline, so like 1, 2, 3, 4 more matches.
All right, cool. So I'll keep it brief, right? But the thing is, Ring of Honor always felt to me like it was supposed to be like the underground of wrestling. I always loved that, right? Fucking, if you look at Death Before Dishonor, it looked like an AEW show. It looked like an AEW show with red polish on it. And I just don't want Ring of Honor to be AEW light when Ring of Honor had its own identity. And if you really think about it, Ring of Honor was the identity that created AEW. So don't reverse it now and have AEW be the identity of Ring of Honor.
Right.
So that's the only fear that I have.
Well, don't ECW WWE this.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Because that's how it's going to feel. I fucking stopped watching wrestling in 2007 for about a year. And then I came across Ring of Honor for the first time. I saw Ring of Honor Man Up, which was a pay-per-view main event, was a fucking ladder war between the Briscoes, El Generico, and Kevin Steen. Co-main event was Bryan Danielson versus Takashi Morishima. I was fucking hooked. Ring of Honor saved my fandom for professional wrestling. And I just hope that now that Tony Khan has it, he's not going to fuck this up. Because I already see it like going through the cracks. I hope that Ring of Honor has their own identity once they get their own show. But right now, all this seems like a bunch of random AEW guys fighting for a title that doesn't really exist because the promotion's not even running.
Yeah, totally agree, man. I mean, you nailed it in the coffin, my brother. Boy, Matt Callis, take it very brief. There's not really too much cover.
So there's who is likely to win because of everybody talks about they need this person to be the champion to get the TV deal because they're well known. So it could be Jericho Danielson, either or, just because of the whole there's the reasons because of reality stuff going on in the real world, but the wild card side of things would be kind of interesting for us that are kind of invested in the storyline. If this was a kayfabe only world, I'd be going for it. I'd make it a toss up between Sammy and Claudio just because of the surprise with it all. Well, Claudio deserved a longer run, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Sammy would be such a crazy wild card to kind of build baby faces around. If you want to be all about new talent and like, God, I hate Sammy. He's so friggin' annoying. He's like, AEW's Edge. Well, we could build such a great new baby face up against him, a baby face that could also talk, and have him go over Sammy in a great way at a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. But right now we're a little bit further away from the Ring of Honor TV debut that I'd want that to happen. So if I had a new babyface, I don't, go over Sammy for the title, we'd have to be a little bit closer to December or January, but that's not where this is.
That'd be a fucking curveball if Sammy wins. I already get pictured. I just thought about it right now. Kind of reminds me of like the Fatal 4-Way of who the fuck was it? I think it was Cena or somebody. I don't know, 6-way. I think somebody fell on somebody and it was him 1, 2, 3. I feel like fucking Jericho accidentally hit Sammy with the Judas effect. Cesaro's on the floor. You see Sammy falling on Cesaro. Danielson and Jericho fighting outside. The 3-pin is happening, and then Sammy's like, "I won? The fuck? I won? Like, oh shit!" And him fucking winning, and then have him and Garcia final battle.
And then it's gonna be like, it's gonna have the Ring of Honor title is just gonna say "Be Mad" on it because that was Ty and Sammy's slogan when they first got together.
I'll tell you this though.
Be mad.
I'll tell you this though. If that does happen, I mean, De Niro will be not happy about that.
Not happy, but
fuck though. I guarantee you, like De Niro is
title on a little fuckboy now. Come on.
But whoever is a young babyface in AEW, I think will be the hero. Everybody will love him for beating Sammy. Like he could be the what is the opposite of a fuckboy in if we get. I
have no idea.
Like what wrestler displays that personality? Kind of like kind of the opposite of Sam. Who's the anti Sammy Guevara?
Wheeler Yuta. Sammy Guevara is all taunts and cockiness. Wheeler Yuta is straightforward and just there to wrestle.
All right, maybe we could do that.
Wheeler Yuta is perfect for the Ring of Honor style too. I wouldn't be mad at it.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get into this one. AEW Women's Championship. No, I'm not saying intern. I'm saying Women's Championship because I heard Tony Khan's call earlier. They asked him if they're willing to strip the belt off of Thunder Rosa. And I'm going to say very quick of that because I know I wanted to talk about that, but we kind of derailed a little bit long, so we're trying to make it short as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we're almost in that time frame. But very quick, it took you this long, you piece of shit, for you to finally, Tony Khan, and this is where I'm not racial profiling. I'm going to clarify myself once again. Ladies and gentlemen, clarifying myself. And not racial profiling. It's just like, you had to do this, which you could have done it to your Chicago boy. You could have done it to him when he fucking lost the belt. No, you want him to keep the belt. No, we're going to make an interim. Man, let's fucking make an interim. Let's just do it. And now you're considering taking away the belt from Thunder Rosa because she won't be ready till 2023. Now you're considering it because we had Tony Storm even fucking tweeting, oh, maybe you should take away the belt from her. She's not really good. All right. You fucking piece of shit. Kiss my ass. Because you should have done that for fucking CM Punk. And you're not going to use an example of this woman here. This woman here, which I'm defending because, once again, clarifying it. Women, not the racial, because I know she's Latina and I'm Latino. I don't do with that. But this is bullshit. Why would you do this to her? That you want to go ahead and do that? Why did it? You did it to you did it to the elite because you had to because of the whole fucking bullshit, right? But you didn't do it to the Punk because, oh no, yeah, he's my hero. He's my everything. The Tony Khan hugs, right? Well, fuck off. You're fucking full of shit. Now you want to get rid of the intern. Now you want to use Thunder Rosa's title ring as an example. You're the one that booked this shit wrong, first of all. Just like you booked it, every other title's wrong that you did. This is why I digress, and I apologize that I know I'm holding everybody up, derailing a little bit, but I cannot hold my tongue any longer because this shit fucking pissed me.
This is your platform. Speak your shit. Fuck if this shit goes 10 hours. Who cares?
I'm not gonna go 10 hours for God's sake.
Go off, Queen. Go off.
Hey, all right, because Jesus, this man got mad. He got
aggression.
out of me. He got the roots of aggression out of me. You see, you have to understand. He got out of my
Go off,
dead
queen.
chest.
Yes, queen.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yes, I have to, my tribal chief. This is bullshit.
It's Devin. Devin is not Usai anymore. It's Usi. Usi. Usi.
Yeah, it's not Usa.
It's because you're not feeling Usi?
I'm not feeling Usi of this shit right now. That's the problem. Because this piece of shit, rather just go ahead and use an example out of a woman who is not her fault how you book her. But then again, there you go. You don't know how to book faces. You know how to book heels. Don't know how to book baby faces, right? Well, time for you to step down as a fucking booker and have somebody else do it. And this is bullshit. Yeah, you could have taken it away from CM Punk, but you didn't do that because you love CM Punk. Oh. Well, fuck you, Tony Khan. Fuck off. Sorry, I had to digress because this is bullshit. Then you should never, ever, good joke, quoting you, should have brought up intern championships. Never bring rankings again because of this shit.
May I, Ivan?
Yeah, Lion.
Sorry, I had it out. I was holding it all day when I heard
this is what I'm about to say is 100% related to both everything you said, what's about to be said, and past, present, and future. This is how it all ties together. You guys ready? All right. So what you said about the intern, this is a story of belts new, belts no longer in existence, and belts, well, whether we know they're legitimate or not, what with interim title. Now, on the other promotion, we've got the IWGP Women's Championship, and we're going to have the first winner, only a few hours right before this match. That title is directly related to these two women in this match. And the history of that, the history of this other belt that no longer exists that I'm going to mention, it is the SWA World Championship, the Sekai Oza. And that is the SWA Undisputed World Women's Championship of Stardom. And guess who's held this belt? Jamie Hayter, Toni Storm, Io Shirai, and Mayu Iwatani. They've all been SWA champions. And this belt has mainly been directed at foreigners in Stardom. And both Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm have held this title. If Mayu Iwatani wins the IWGP Women's Championship the night before this match happens, Mayu, given her history with both Toni and Jamie, has not only every right to show up, that SWA title is the belt that ties them to both of them. That ties Mayu to both Toni and Jamie. So that's a little bit of everything. And who knows, we could even get a run-in from Kairi as well. She never got that title, the SWA in Stardom. And she's feuded with Toni and Jamie. She's had histories with all of them.
You know what's fucking crazy? They're having a pay-per-view Stardom tonight.
Mm-hmm.
At one of them as of right now, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably already started. It's 1 o'clock here.
And started at 1 o'clock Eastern time.
Mayu versus Kairi. Mayu versus Kairi, Toni versus Jamie. These are two matches directly related. It's the same way, if you could think about it, the Forbidden Door way, it's the same way the Okada Jay White match directly related to the Hangman Page, the Hangman Page match with Adam Cole, baby, when that was going on. These are the sister championships, and they're both, I'd say, don't be surprised if we maybe see a double title match or one or the other. These two mixing in. Don't be surprised if you see either of these women challenging for the IWGP Women's Championship, or Kairi or Mayu challenging for the AEW Women's Championship. Don't be surprised if we see a
or this is where you can have now your all elite women's chat, pay-per-view along with Stardom and Yoshi Tokyo Pro. Yeah, you could do that. TJP, TJPW. This is your chance because you have 2 women that are fighting for the IWGP Championship, 2 former Stardom women. This could be the chance. A tag team match between them 2 versus them. Main event. There you go. Let's book it.
All 4 of them are so deeply tied into each other's careers. Mayu Iwatani, Kairi Sane, Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter. Everybody who's not familiar with their past work, please watch it. Please Google it. Watch it on any platform you can find it at. Because this story,
Google it, damn it.
This is the weekend for in all honesty, this is the weekend for women's wrestling, for Joshi wrestling. And I'm more excited for these 2 matches than I am for I'd say just a little bit more than MJF Moxley. So
wait.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Oh, he did. Oh, he did. He did. Yeah. Matt Callis.
He's a bad man.
That's how much those both these wrestlers, how talented and amazing these wrestlers are. Everybody should check out Mayu. She's the one that everybody who know, like if you know Io Shirai, you know Kairi, and if you know Kairi Sane, Mayu is always the one out of the 3 not enough people know about. It's like everybody's like, oh, you like Megadeth, you like Metallica. It's like, Anthrax, or it's always the 3rd one. It's like, oh, you like Nirvana, you like Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, like it's always everybody asks, like, have you heard of Mayu Iwatani? You need to check her out. And she
have you heard of Lords of Gotham?
Have you heard of Lords of Gotham? Have you heard of Fate Destroyed?
Niggas acting tough in the hood till the wolves come. Bitches let it drink in the club till the wolves come. Surrounded by the sheep in the street till the wolves come. Everyone strip on the floor. We the wolves done.
Who could fuck with De Niro? I got a Snyder extender clip, so who wanna play hero? Go bad shit like Ozzy, I was born in the darkness. Oh, you the wolf, so we pull up and you're harmless. So pray to Allah, the Don Dada, the top shotter, the top spot, final boss you cross, that's when your ride stop. Basquiat with that white chalk, triggers, finger streaks, might leave your brains on the sidewalk.
Niggas
I was about to do shrooms.
Don't leave my
I was about to do shrooms. You guys were gonna watch me do shrooms.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh man. After dark is going crazy.
My shrooms.
Oh. Hey, Mario Brothers shrooms, brother. But there you go. Go ahead, man. Oh, no, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
And just letting you guys know, I'm going for Jamie. That's why I want to win this one.
Oh yeah, I didn't pick my choice. Yeah, I think Tony Storm's gonna retain. They're gonna kill that mood. Trust me, Tony Khan will kill it. He'll find a way. I know he'll do it. He knows he'll do it. He did it when it was supposed to be the Acclaim winning at All Out. When I said it, he fucked it up. But that's just me.
If there's a way for Jamie to win by cheating, I'd say I want Kairi to come in because Kairi came in on a motorcycle like the Undertaker at the Stardom pay-per-view. It was like 2 girls on a motorcycle and she rode in. And it wasn't even like it was one of those like stunt bike motorcycles, where they do like the backflips in it, those dirt bikes. Yeah. She came in on one of those. So she could come in, she could ride in on that, pile drive Tony, and Jamie gets the
you can. Same day.
I'm sure. Put her on the Learjet. Put her on the Spruce Goose, that fast jet. Put her on the Learjet. Get her on. Tony needs to get those hundreds, those thousands. Get Kyrie on the Learjet, man. That's what they. That they did that with Phil
Collins. For a title, bro.
They did that with Phil Collins at the live. They had him go from London to Philadelphia to play with Led Zeppelin. Like he did solo Phil Collins stuff in London, and then he did Philadelphia with Led Zeppelin, like Phil Collins. So either Kyrie or Mayu will be the Phil Collins of wrestling this weekend if they pull it off.
Maybe come out to in the air tonight.
It's like, I won the title. Jump on the plane. The
Oh my god.
Hover jet, UFO, some way.
Go ahead, De Niro. It's all yours.
Jamie hater.
I mean, we added so much shit to here. Like, fuck, what can I say? There has nothing I can say to this shit.
Come on, Jamie. Let's do it.
No, yeah, I'm just going with Jamie just because I think that the story with her and Britt Baker with the title involved will be a lot more interesting than whatever they have Tony Storm do.
They got to do it. They have to do it. They need to pull the trigger.
They have to, 100%.
Do it. All right. We're almost there. We're almost there to the finish line, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. So, all right. Yes, everybody's happy. Yes, am I happy? Yeah. I'm actually happy because I'm happy to see Kenny Omega back. That's why I'm happy, because I've been wanting to see him in singles action. Matt Callis digressing that too. Now they're back. The Elites, baby, they're back. As they were announced, they were facing the trios for the trios championship versus Death Triangle. I will say this myself because I have to go re-up because I feel. You know how I feel right now, and I'm going to say it because we're almost to that finish line, so I need one more drink before anything. To all my audio platform listeners, yes, of course, don't forget. I mean, when you're in this, especially when you hear Lords of Gotham, you're on the rush mode, and I feel that right now. I'm feeling it right now because Lords of Gotham got me excited. They're back in action too, so make sure you follow Lords of Gotham. But yes, I've just other than that, I'm excited for Kenny Omega's back. By God, Kenny Omega's back because I know Matt Callis is happy too. But I do agree what I heard earlier from the Wrestling Index, and I heard everybody, even yourself, De Niro. No, they should not win. Have House of Black, how you said. Yes, book it. House of Black, come back at the same time with the Elite. They're reborn. Everybody's reborn, right? And there you go. You have your Inquisitors versus the Avengers. There you have it. Marvel Comics. See, I'm a nerd. So what? But I'm married. I just wanted to get out of the way. That's what fucking saying. But yes, there you go. Why not? House of Black interfere. And then and there you go. Have a triple threat for the Trios Championship. That'll be so awesome to see.
Hell yeah.
And why not? Oh, just to interfere and cause the whole carnage and then pretty much have everybody laid out, them the ones in the ring. Because then guess what? Then that's when your soap opera, Tony Khan, you can build. Oh, tune in next week to Dynamite to see what happens, and there you go. They're going to deliver a great match, I'll tell you that, because of the rivalry between these three.
Yeah.
But no contest. I think I agree with you, De Niro, 100% what you said earlier. Have House of Black come in, fucking just have that same and just fucking tear the house down and make that Trios title now prestigious. Besides the one we saw in Dynamite with, Top Flight and AR Fox. But that would be fantastic to see.
Yeah, if you add the House of Black in a feud with the Elite and Death Triangle, think about how crazy that shit would be. Also, yeah, shout out to Dan, what's called Adam Cole comes back, reunites with the Kingdom. Yo, those 4 teams, those 4 trios are going to add so much to this division. It's going to be crazy. I really, really, really want this to happen. If it does happen, I want it to happen because we've been seeing the House of Black vignettes at the same time of the teases of the Elite returning. It's parallel. It's parallel, you know what I mean? So that's why I feel like we're going to get the big reveal at at fucking Full Gear. So I think that, either this goes one or two ways. One, the Elite or the Death Triangle gets attacked by House of Black, or House of Black gets added to this matchup, which I would fucking love.
Yeah, there you go. Matt Callis.
Yeah, I definitely agree with House of Black coming into the picture. It seems it's like I don't want to go with the obvious win of the Elite getting the title. I kind of want I want them to work a little bit. It's like if they gave the Young Bucks the tag titles for the AEW made them the inaugural AEW tag champions. I didn't want that to happen. It seemed way too obvious and way too having, It's like, oh, why are they the first? You know, I mean, in a way, the Elite were the first, even though it was a 1-day reign and all the jambalaya that happened a few hours later. You know, on the yucky jambalaya, I'll just say what that is. That happened right after.
It was more like pastries and cupcakes.
moldy ones.
The moldy ones. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Definitely moldy ones. So I'd either go for House of Black winning the titles and Elite could go up against House of Black, or Death Triangle retain, and then, you know, we could do Elite versus House of Black doing a qualifier to a 3-on-3, you know.
I like that.
Either or. I don't want it to be too obvious, because that they're gonna get rid of. That's too much good TV that they're going to lose if they just give it away right away. They got to hold this out a little bit.
You nailed it right. You nailed it in, my brother. Good job. I mean, you nailed it right in the coffin too, because yeah, it makes fucking sense why to develop the story, especially with those trios titles. They haven't been so much relevancy as of late, so why not? Because you know how Tony comic books, unfortunately. So I guess this is the way you can do it.
Number one contender, House of Black versus the Elite.
But where the fuck's the Dark Order in this shit? Damn it! They should have been in this shit.
They could be. Maybe it could be them.
Damn it! Man. I digress.
You could do a little bit with them too.
Son of a bitch.
And if the Elite maybe lose one or both, I could get Kenny back in the singles picture where I want to see him more. You know, just my tastes. You know, I want some Kenny back in the singles picture, because, you know, before anybody gets permanent injuries, I want to see some good dream matches with Kenny and Samoa Joe and several others.
We'll see. We'll wait and see.
Yeah,
we're almost down to the finish line, ladies. I feel like this is going to be the co-main event. I think De Niro could agree, and that is Saraya versus Britt Baker, Dr. DMD. This is more. There's a term to this. These type of storyline. It's a heart and soul. It's a heart versus soul of professional wrestling. Oh, there you go. SummerSlam 1997, when it was Bret Hart and Undertaker. SummerSlam 1997, when it was a heart versus a soul. This is what it is right here.
That's free, right?
Yeah. See, I had to take the DeLorean back in time. You know, I had to go back in time, and see, this is what happened. See, this is why I love you, man. I love you.
I love you too, bro.
Because of the reason. But yes, reminds me of Bret the Hitman Hart, Undertaker right here, Hart versus Soul, SummerSlam 97. You have the Heart of AEW versus the Soul, who is got back after 5 years of non-competing in a wrestling ring, and now she's looking for herself once again. So she has what it takes once again. She is looking for that itch once again, that momentum, that star power that she claims that Britt Baker does not have. This is a heart versus soul women's professional wrestling matchup right here, ladies and gentlemen. And I will very digress in this one. Am I gonna get shit on this? Britt Baker needs to go over. I know. I know. Everybody's like, what? Hey, yo, what the fuck? She needs.
Son of a bitch.
Why I say this? Because the fact that Saraya had been saying, I've been needing this match, I've been wanting this match, I've been wanting to come back, have that itch. You don't have the star power. You don't have to, to become a star. I gave you that platform, that women's division, everything else, the revolution of women's professional wrestling. The promo that Britt Baker gave me this week on Dynamite, was very powerful. It very felt like it was no kayfabe at all in this one. Like she broke kayfabe on this one. Hearing Britt Baker's promo that she pulled off, she broke off character. She wanted to cry. And it seemed that way to me. And she delivered a powerful message. And I like that she's defending AEW like that, or defending herself in general, to be honest. It's her. Like, bitch, I get, like, hey, I am the star. You're in my house. I like this. This is one of the greatest feuds currently for the women's division AEW. There were others that were underrated that could have been to that point, but this, because Tony Khan, of course, well, I gotta say, but this here, by far, it is the heart versus soul here in women's wrestling, and I like this. But I want Britt Baker to win because Saraya could say she gave her all her 120%. Saraya will deliver. She'll put all the risk to put over Britt Baker. I think she will. And I think this time Saraya will be like, you know what? I built this for you. It's all yours. Run with it. And from there, you'll have Britt probably go after Jamie Hayter when she's the women's champion, hopefully. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I feel that way. Something tells me that this storyline is going to, it has to be Britt. I just don't see Saraya winning. It's just, like I said, you have someone with a heart, with a passion. You have someone that's looking for her soul back of Saraya, who's been fighting for, who's been really more relevant on TV. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not comparing them both, but what I mean is, who's really given their heart and passion for the business? Britt Baker. Because what she's done, broken nose, everything else, she still shows up, put matches that she loses. She needs this win to put her over. But it's going to be very storytelling. I'll tell you that. That's what I hope this match could do. It's going to be a hell of a storytelling matchup from when the bell rings till the end of the bell rings. And Britt Baker will win. And it's going to be, hopefully, a hell of a fucking women's matchup. Because I think Saraya's really going to give what she's going to give to her that she's been wanting to do for the last 5 years. I see it happening. But I got Britt winning over. Saraya will move on. There's no point of getting a rematch. For what? There isn't. You're going to put her over. That's the point. You need to put over the future, not the past. That's just me.
It's a valid fucking reason. Like, you changed my mind. I was going for Saraya, but shit. I'm going for Britt now.
See,
that was valid.
I mean, Jesus, I gotta go and get in the restroom, but whoever wants to take over, I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes. Go ahead, anybody.
I'll go for it. So, because I want Ivan to hear yours.
Mine was simply Saraya. Big comeback. She has to win, but I like what he said about Britt Baker. I'm gonna agree with him.
I got an interesting analogy for you. I got a couple of them. Because last week, did I make this comparison to Hulk Hogan and The Rock with the way the crowds were cheering, kind of switching off between the two? Yeah, it was kind of like everybody wants to cheer for this. Like they kind of like Saraya, Britt, like they were going back and forth. It's a toss up because the crowd really loves both of them from the look of it.
Yeah,
and given I wouldn't say the time period is the same though, because both of them haven't been as long as Dwayne or in as long as Hogan, of course, but in terms of like public love and some of that's comparable. But another dream match I could also compare this on to that hasn't happened yet. This is almost like the female version of maybe John Cena versus The Rock. Because I mean, not John Cena versus Kenny Omega is what I meant to say. Britt's sort of in the Kenny Omega role where she's kind of representing the indies, the outside of WWE world, and Saraya's a beloved babyface that's most well known from her WWE days, coming into here. So this is kind of like that equivalent, And from the point of view of people who are just cheering for indie wrestling in general, like you want indie, all due respect to Saraya's family's indie promotion. I forget what they're called, So it's something in England that a lot of people, I can look up the name later on. So let me look up the name while we're waiting for Ivan. So what was it? Page Saraya family's promotion. I'm going for Brit as well, actually, but mainly due to you could do some more interesting things. I think the other thing is just because you're an ex-WWE person, just because you're a ex-WWE person doesn't mean you should win your debut match. It doesn't mean you've automatically earned it. And even if you've come off an injury, even if you've recovered from it, there's so much love for her. There's so much movies and all this other stuff and fanfare and lore around Saraya and the page and all this other stuff and the story and the fact that we're part of the sequel to the movie. This is the sequel here. Like her coming back from her getting injured and coming back from the injury. This would be the sequel to Fighting With My Family too. But just because both in kayfabe and in the movie, if they made a part 2 to this, story-wise, this wouldn't make sense for Saraya to win. It would make sense for Britt to win, both because indie wrestling and paying your dues in AEW means a lot, and the fact that just because you're recovering from surgery doesn't mean you deserve that win automatically. Just because you're popular, just because you're former WWE, just because you've had a movie made about you. Wins are something you have to earn you have to claw your way back from the bottom when you recover. You have to earn it. It's not something that's just handed to you, a win over Britt Baker isn't something that should be just handed to you. It's something you really have to earn. And if Saraya does win, she's got to be a bloody mess. She's got to do it by the skin of her teeth. She really has to earn that victory.
Just for sure.
Yeah. So
that's what I kind of want. That's what I want. Why I mentioned, those phrases, what I mentioned earlier, because I really want this to be, you're building this fucking story for a reason. And to head into full gear and to be a clean match, I want to be happy with, to be honest with you. I'm with you, man.
And what you said earlier about kind of some of the stuff with Britt Baker, her going after Jamie later on, I think this is a chance because, not only did I compare it to Hulk Hogan and The Rock and the way the crowds were cheering for them, but I think it could be compared to Hulk Hogan and The Rock in the way that Saraya could turn Britt babyface at the end of this match. Imagine that. Just because of, some of the courtesy shown. Maybe Britt Baker shows Saraya some respect and honor. She bows to her after she defeats her. She picks her up with the hand, and then she shows her, and then Jamie comes by with the title and says, "What are you doing? You should beat her up." And then that feud comes off. Maybe that would be a good way for Britt to turn babyface as well. And Ivan, what you weren't here for it, I was comparing it to Kenny Omega versus John Cena. It hasn't happened yet, but this is your WWE hero versus your indie outside of WWE hero. This is that equivalent. This is
reminds me more of something that actually happened though. That's more of like when John Cena faced AJ Styles for the first time.
There you go.
That's right. You're right about that.
Yeah. This is also kind of like that as well. Same thing going on here. And I'm going for Britt because of just her representing indie wrestling. Saraya had her time in her parents' indie wrestling, and she's wrestled all over the world, like she said, but everybody knows her from NXT and WWE, and and she kind of represents the whole WWE banner, but now, Britt is taking that. And you know what? I'll give you guys my last curveball for tonight.
Another curveball for the night. The last one of the night.
So this is a little solemn curveball. I got a little bit of love to Anthony Bourdain. You know,
my boy right there. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Tony Bourdain. Britt Baker, Adam Cole appeared on Parts Unknown with Anthony Bourdain. So maybe it'd be kind of the Pittsburgh episode. It'd be kind of cool to have maybe somewhat of a tribute to Tony Bourdain in maybe at the intro, or maybe somebody like David Chang coming out with Britt Baker. I don't know why. They've had wrestlers. I don't know what a chef would do with a wrestler to the ring. Just walk with her while he's got like wearing his chef jacket. I don't know. Cooking a souffle. David Chang kind of seems like in my mind, he's my spiritual successor of Tony Bourdain, with the attitude and kind of the coolness a little bit, you know. So
kind of reminds me, not to sound ego, and I apologize. Kind of reminds me of me. Very mellow, very chill.
Yeah,
because we're both cancers. Horoscope, you know.
Yeah,
you know, but
I love David Chang.
I miss that man.
I've eaten at Momofuku Ramen in Las Vegas, delicious restaurant. He's got the original Momofuku's over near you, De Niro, in Vegas. Have you heard of David
Vegas
Chang?
or New York? New York.
Sorry, New York. Sorry, my brain is, you know, it's those hours over there.
Heard of it?
Yeah, it's.
Well, the original restaurants in New York is Momofuku is in New York. I think it's in Brooklyn or upstate. I think somewhere around there.
Let's see. Let me look it up.
It's in Brooklyn, then that's not too far.
No, but I heard it's delicious, and David Chang is like one of my favorite chefs too. Besides,
he was a good friend of Anthony Bourdain, and it's in the East Village.
Okay, that's even closer.
Yeah, there you go. Is that a hop, skip, and a jump? Is it like a few subway stops away?
It's right by my job.
If you go there, have a nice Momofuku soup, that will carry you, baby. That will carry your sickness away, baby. That's right, Daddy.
Get a little extra ginger in there. They'll hook you up there. You know,
ginger is good for you.
Yeah,
David.
Oh yeah, no, my dad he drinks ginger tea every day, and he literally never gets sick.
That's the best. That's the best. But yeah,
that's what I drink every afternoon.
Yeah.
Mrs.
And to our listeners, watch the No Reservations episode, Pittsburgh, with Britt Baker and Adam Cole. That's a good episode with Tony Bourdain. So that's because Saraya, she has my family. Britt Baker's got Tony Bourdain. So that's a little bit their mainstream media exposure right there, both of them. You know.
Yeah. Good call, Matt.
Love it. Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yes. It is time. Finally, we're here for the final one here before we call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. Because yes, it is already time for us, because here is the main event for Full Gear, which of course you have the AEW World Championship, and that is Jon Moxley defending the AEW World Title versus MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman III. Yes, MOW status. Very quick, I will give mines. I said it in the comments earlier on the Wrestling Index podcast earlier. MJF will win. He'll win clean. But remember what his promo said? Oh, yeah, you know, the devil himself. What was that promo? I even forgot. He disguised himself. Something. I forgot exactly.
Oh, the same shit that CM Punk said. And then
it's the same shit. Like, it's going to have... Like, the
best thing the devil has done is convincing the world he didn't exist.
Exactly. So this version of MJF is like he did not exist, and that's what I feel is going to happen. He's going to keep it for a while, and then Ethan Page wins the tournament. Face Ethan Page. Ethan Page face MJF. Page fucking lays down, takes the pin, and then right there you're going to get...
Oh, son of a bitch! What? It's me, Austin! It was me all along, Austin!
You're going to get that shit. That's what's going to happen. Whether you like it or not, you're going to fucking happen. It's going There's no fucking way that it's gonna happen right there and then at that moment in MJF's hometown. No, he's gonna be the hero. He's gonna win clean though. I don't think he's gonna win cheating. He's gonna win clean, and he's gonna win clean, and then that's what's gonna happen later on by Winter's Coming, and he's gonna fool us all. And he's like, "Yep, this is my plan all along." There's so many scenarios of this story where how it could go.
Yeah, for real.
But I could really pick this one. But the question is, will Regal join him? That's the question everybody's asked. Because I said it before in the prior episodes. He gave William Regal the chip. Hey, Willie. Like he's more teasing that. Hey, William Regal could join him. Yeah. Maybe that could happen. But maybe it won't happen that day now. Maybe it will happen after that. Maybe Winter's Coming. We don't know yet. I mean, there's this story itself. I enjoy it because I like the fact that MJF is really pushing himself to be the guy which technically, to be honest, this was the storyline that was supposed to happen in All Out. He was supposed to win that belt in All Out. CM Punk was supposed to face this man. Punk was supposed to lose to MJF at All Out and lose that belt to him. Mm-hmm. If none of that shit would have happened, because yes, that was legit why he walked out and everything. But if that would have happened, if that wouldn't have happened, it would have been right now, MJF would have been the world champion. And CM Punk would be like, what the fuck? If he was still there. If none of this media scrum, none of this shit would have happened, MJF would have been a world champion, not All Out. He would have won it at Punk's hometown, Chicago. Done the same thing what Punk did to... Was it Carino that he beat for the belt, right? Was it Carino that he beat for the belt? Ring of Honor title? Austin Aries. There you go. He beat Austin Aries. So, same shit. Same as... And they're using it to Moxley.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same shit. But he's going to extend it. That's why I said Winter's Coming is where he's going to reveal himself, the true self. And that's what he's going to say. Yeah, the firm was all in it. Everybody was all in it all along.
Yeah, because you saw those weak-ass punches.
Oh, yeah. The Hulk Hogan punches. We saw it all. Like, we saw the whole thing. But, that could be the case if they go different. Like I said, this match story could go very different various ways.
Yeah.
But MJF needs to win. Now, if MJF does not win, guess what? Tony Khan is the one, the devil himself, the fool is all. I wouldn't be mad, to be honest. I would not be upset. I'd be like, you did actually the opposite to protect your company to not be a predictable company. I'll give him that credit if he does that.
If Mox beats MJF?
Yeah. I will give that man the credit. Because, but see, this is why I love professional wrestling, because the fact is, you're getting us invested, knowing that it is so predictable, right? But you could change it in the last fucking story.
Yeah,
and I could because tell me if I'm wrong. WrestleMania 18. That you thought that Hulk Hogan was going to beat The Rock at WrestleMania 18?
Yes.
Be honest.
Yeah.
We all thought
Hulk Hogan big comeback, back in WWE WrestleMania, first WrestleMania since WrestleMania 9. Definitely thought, but
we were wrong. Yeah, even Bakley said it. If Moxley been, what vacation, Bakley? Renee Young's working there now. He was supposed to be taking a vacation with her a long time ago. She's there working. Well, Tony Khan hired her for that reason. Why I said it weeks ago. And
Mox said in a statement that he never asked or needed a vacation. What it was they were just going to write him off TV because they were going to go forth with him and with MJF and CM Punk.
What did I
it
tell
wasn't
you?
like he was asking for a vacation. So
I fucking told you. Hire me, damn it! Hire all of us. Guarantee you get good shit. But see, this is what I mean. Like Khan could fool us with this. He could do it. And I would not be mad. Hell no, nobody would be mad. Yeah, I mean, now, I don't want to get into the details because I want to end the show after this so we could go, because we've been here for quite some time. But my thing is, like, what I'm really, really interested to see is the buyouts. Who bought it? How much it sold for? He claimed earlier in the media call, we sold over $1 million of tickets. Like, I want to see the arena, see how it's packed. I'm curious.
Yeah,
he did say that in a media call, but I want to hear. I've been saying this. I've been saying it. I want to see what's going to be the buyouts of this pay-per-view. Who's willing to spend $50? Who is willing to spend that? I'll tell you, I'll spend it because I'm a pro wrestling fan, and I like to watch professional wrestling. Yes, to see AEW is working with, of course they're gonna have to. This main event could fuck us over, because if Tony Khan goes to a different route and have Moxley retain, I will be fucking shocked. I will be shocked because he's the devil himself. He fooled us all. I'll give him that credit if he does that. I will super give him that credit. That's what I'm saying. There's so many routes how you could go with this story.
Yeah,
so many different fucking routes. But I'm gonna go. I mean, okay, my pick, and I apologize. I know I kind of derailed, but I really want MJF. But to be honest, I don't know who to choose to be. I want to be a fan of. I'd rather see the match and then be happy whatever outcome goes.
No matter what, I feel like we're all going to win.
Huh?
No matter what happens, we're all going to win as fans.
Yeah, either we all win as fans, and Tony Khan will win at getting his buyouts. That's the biggest. That's the biggest question here. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, that's all we can do is wait and see how this is going to be turning out.
First $1 million gate without CM Punk.
Could he do it though?
Well, apparently he already did.
Just
that's what I want to
give him
see.
the microphone. Let him do the work. Let him. I think MJF learned some of the I think Cody didn't take his own advice and his own lessons well enough, but MJF learned the right things from Cody. He took Cody's advice to heart. How to use the microphone, how to get the audience in the palm of his hand.
Yeah,
I think Cody was just too stubborn to take his own advice into action. If Cody took his own,
I think Cody was too humble, man. I don't think it
a little
was
bit of that too.
He's too humble, man.
Yeah,
I don't think Cody was humble enough not to put himself over because he didn't want to be the guy that left a promotion and to go put himself somewhere else to be the pedestal for that promotion.
There you go.
I think he didn't want to do that. I think that's
why he wanted to go out.
And that's what he did. And I feel like the MJF, the way how he was booked within the last 2.5 years, was the right way to do it because you have to give this guy's momentum. He already had the momentum in MOW, but him coming to a national platform, in all due respect to MOW, because they didn't have that national platform, how AEW does, it sold. It got us involved. It got us intrigued. It got us invested.
Yeah, the stock is going up like gold on the stock market. Now, I'll leave it at this: is they have not only does MJF have to win. I think this is the one MJF winning would be, and how he wins is going to be the main thing talked about everywhere. It'll be. It's just too bad AEW doesn't have a magazine, but then again, print publications.
CWI, baby, Pro Wrestling Insider still exists. Illustrated still sticks to this day, baby.
I think this victory will kind of go down as probably something that will put MJF on the cover of magazines, and will be talked. This will probably be the start of an era. If it's done right, he really's got to hit. I think one of the first things they have to do after MJF wins the title is he's going to have the microphone with it addressing the audience on the following Dynamite. That's going to be the big, first entree after the MJF era. They got to have that because Moxley holding on to this. I know a good like 80% of everybody. I'm definitely in that 80% that doesn't want Moxley to win. as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same, but like I said, like it just, I want to see how TK is gonna fool us all. If he does fool us all, if Moxley does win, I want to see. My thing is, yeah, this is the opportunity now. Look, this is the first time. I mean, and it's not the first time he's ever done it without CM Punk. He has sold out, prior 2019, the beginning of AEW, 2020 during the pandemic or whatever he could do. But now this is without CM Punk, literally, because you don't have him there. This now we have to see if he's able to sell it, because now the eyes are on these two gentlemen. One who actually could put this gentleman over in the bright way, or this gentleman, could choke and Moxley could win. I mean, there's ways how this psychologically could work. It just, for me, is MJF is the one that I question more, because you're not going to be at the top of that mountain of the platform. If they give you that belt, what's next for you? That's the question. And how? You get me? So it's knowing how to sell it. So, I mean, I digress on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know how you feel, De Niro. I mean, this is how I feel, but close it off here with us and break it down.
I think MJF wins this matchup. Jon Moxley's done it all as champion. He shouldn't even been champion a third time. The only reason why they did this because of the whole CM Punk bullshit. So I feel like the plan the whole time was to give the title to MJF. It's just, how is he going to win it? I think it would be cool to have him win it clean, just because we'll see a side of MJF that we've never seen before. But I don't know. Like, I don't think that he really is beefing with the firm. I think that the firm and him are still on the same side. It's a little obvious. But if they're not, I would like to see MJF versus Ethan Page in an actual matchup, because they would have a great matchup. I would like to see MJF as a babyface, just to switch it up a little bit. I mean, it's only so much you could do as a heel. He's called out people, he dissed people's dead relatives. Like, how much more can he do that before it gets stale? Like, you have to switch it up sometimes. So I think MJF wins clean. He proves to William Regal, hey, I did it exactly the way you wanted me to do it. You wanted me to do it clean? I just did it clean. So that's my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, how about you? It's just like, for me, I was like, I'm really curious how he's going to end the show with this one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm curious of. And how is he going to really have us, the media, to be like, hey, this was... Don't get me wrong. I think overall, looking at the card, these 10 matches wouldn't even get to the 11, because there's no point to it. For what? I mean, there's really no point to it. But we already know, this might be, I think this match could deliver, honestly, I would say, and I'm gonna grade it right now, even though I'll say probably like a B+ or A-. I think there's gonna be a couple flaws that probably will kind of affect it, but I think the one that will save it will be Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm, Saraya and Britt. I think the women will save it, and the main event, I think it will.
Yeah,
and the Elite. Those probably the only 4 matches I could say that will probably save this event. It's just knowing how, overall psychologically everything will, how it breaks down. I think those are probably out of the 10 matches, 4 of these, mind you, that we haven't even talked about, because we don't want to, we already went over our time, so we got to get out of here. I mean, we have 2 other matches coming, Rampage, you're going to have, of course, Lance Archer and Ricky Starks, the winner of that, both face Brian Cage. Brian Cage will have probably a pre-show, and then we'll face, the winner of that will face Ethan Page. And so you have about 11 matches. So we'll see how this story will align and how this chapter will close when we're moving forward to Revolution coming up. So we'll see. I'm excited. Everybody's excited. So, man.
Watch along on this channel.
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I know we've been here for 3 hours and 33 minutes. Yes, I know it's already time, but I appreciate everybody. Oh, yes, the final. Oh, okay. So I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, so it'll be a Dynamite. Oh.
Okay, mate. You're taking shrooms.
He's eating his mushrooms.
Mario.
No, we don't do drugs here, ladies and gentlemen. We don't.
We do Mario.
We do Mario. There you go. But we're
Not
listening
Chris
right
Pratt. Not Chris Pratt.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay, I can't even do that voice. Fuck that. I can't even do it.
I gotta jump on the Koopas.
There you go. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Wade gave you 3.5 hours of our fantastic time. I said it earlier. I said it when you guys actually saw it. It's going to be a stacked show because there's a lot of shit happening in professional wrestling. So much going on. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to follow, subscribe us. Subscribe to us here on our YouTube channel. I appreciate everybody who tuned in this evening here tonight with us. I know either you're in the East Coast, it's probably about to be 2 o'clock in the morning. And everybody else, who are watching, thank you so much around the world, internationally as well. We appreciate you. Mr. DeLorean himself, he is tired and sick, but he hanged on with us this evening. So do not forget, ladies and gentlemen, we're here tomorrow. Again, we're here live to do the UFC Recap 281. We were not able to do it on Wednesday. A lot of things have been happening, of course, in our personal lives. But we'll be here Friday for that. And Saturday, you will be having the Wrestling Delorean Podcast watch-along of AEW Full Gear as Mr. DeLorean. So Mike DeLorean will be hosting, and I will be there alongside with him as his guest. I'll be there alongside with him, joining along.
You want to hop on that?
Well, I think he's going to come to my house and watch it. So I don't know if he is. So we'll talk about it off air, Matt and I, how we're going to coordinate that.
Cool.
And of course, he'll be joined by Candy the Call-Up Podcast and Dom, of course, the DOM Philly Psycho from Top Pro Wrestle Talk, and the Tribal Chief himself, the one of podcasting, Devin Clark Free Wrestling Podcast. He'll be joining alongside as well, watching this watch along for AEW Full Gear. So come on to our channel, come on and tune in, ladies and gentlemen, and watch Mr. De Niro hosting this fantastic watch along of AEW Full Gear. Join him. He'll start doing it. I'm hoping one match before the event begins. So then everybody can get situated, everybody get along, and get that going for you guys.
Sounds good.
But yes, now it's just the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time, so let me play the outro so we can get the hell out of here because right now, we've been here for so long. It's that time, Matt Callis.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
It is about the time to roll out. Pero otra vez, for all of our audio platform listeners, otra vez, señoras y señores, muchas gracias por escuchar aquí Cerca de Debate en español. Le agradecemos mucho la razón que nosotros no se olviden de suscribir aquí en el canal de Cerca de Debate para que los puedas mirar aquí cada jueves y cada martes. Y también puedes ver al Wrestling Delorean lunes, miércoles y viernes, porque el señor De Niro da unos capítulos bien fantásticos para ustedes. Por favor, suscribe y síguenos en nuestro canal de YouTube. Y gracias para todos ustedes. Escuchando saludos a México, Nicaragua, Honduras, Salvador, Colombia, México, Dominican Republic y Cuba. Gracias por todo el apoyo y todo el soporte. Los queremos muchos. And all of our European listeners, too, thank you so much. Belgium, Switzerland, Czech Republic, Ukraine, everybody out there in the UK as well. Guten Tag, you get the steal juice. Shout out to Australia. Thank you so much for making it one of your top 20s on your platform, audio platforms. Thank you, Australia, for everything. And shout out to Ireland as well for keeping us right there in the top 50 as well. Thank you so much for the support and love. We love you guys for giving us that. We'll bring you as much content we can for you guys. But, there's so much shit happening, so we got a lot to cover. So we appreciate all of you guys. From us, shout out to Australia. Shout out to Ireland. Thank you so much. And I'll let Matt Callis go ahead and kill it before I do anything. Shout out to Vietnam, Fiji, everybody else out there. And, Vietnam and Tanzania. Wow, Tanzania. Brazil. Thank you very much, Brazil.
Tanzania,
Wait, well, shit.
Neighborhood. you know.
But let the Filipinos all out there, man. The Philippines, shout out to them for listening to us as well.
Shout out to everybody from Cebu to Mindanao to Manila. I'm down to play a game of 61 rotation. That's like balls 1 through 15. That's the hard. They say it's the hardest game in billiards. So I'm down to play anybody in the Philippines in rotation. You guys will probably walk me, but let's go. Let's go.
Shout out to Bangkok, Thailand, too, for listening to us. Shout out to Italy, especially, man. Italy out there listening to us. Thank you so much. And I'm actually looking at it right now. Jesus Christ, never thought of man. Yeah, Estonia, India, my mistake, guys. Thank you so much. Sweden, of course, Switzerland, Romania, Kazakhstan. Man, so much fantastic. I love it. I love this. Canada as well, up north. Love you guys up in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, I'll let the Nero kill it with the English one. Inglés, por favor. Let the audio.
Everybody hit that subscribe button. Join the circle of debate. All our great debaters, Wrestling Delorean passengers, we appreciate you all. So much content coming out of this fucking channel. It's insane. Because not only do we have Wrestling Delorean Podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have the New Japan shows on Tuesday, MMA show on Wednesday, the flagship show on Thursday, Top 5 on Friday, plus interviews that come out, plus vlogs, plus so much more. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We appreciate all our listeners. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody that was in watching this for the last 3 hours, 40 minutes, you know, we had a lot of viewers the whole time too. So shout out to everybody in the comments, everybody who was viewing. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We do it for you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys, for taking the opportunity for you to join us here this evening. It was a fantastic overstacked show that we have. We wanted to cover everything for you guys as much as we can. We do it for you guys. We don't do, we don't do it for anybody else but you. We thank you, all of you guys are listening. How De Niro mentioned and Matt Callis mentioned as well, director as well, that he's not here present with us, but he said in spirit. We do this for you guys. And we appreciate all of you guys for subscribing and tuning in and listening to us. All the downloads to the audio platforms for the Wrestling Delorean especially. Keep doing it. We appreciate you guys. I will be having a lot of new giveaways coming up for the holidays for you guys. Yes, because after Thanksgiving, the holidays are coming up, so I feel a little bit jolly for you guys. So I will be having something for you guys. Stay tuned. How they say on the next episode, stay tuned for the next episode. So make sure, stay tuned for more announcement because it'll be coming. Because I have some surprises for you guys. And, of course, for a surprise for all the DeLorean passengers as well. So stay tuned for that. And once again, Saturday, make sure you tune in. Watch along AEW Full Gear with Mr. DeLorean himself, which I'm hoping Matt Callis and myself will be joining him soon, on Saturday. But we have so much shit going on next week as well. We got the Stardom New Japan review show next week. Of course, we're going to have our Full Gear review as well. We'll see if we'll do an episode on a Wednesday, maybe, depending, because it's Thanksgiving week. We all want to get our rest. So we might not do it, maybe no, but at least we'll give our recap of Full Gear so everybody else could enjoy the rest of the week of the Thanksgiving. But on Thanksgiving Day, you will have a special interview, which Mr. DeLorean himself, Mike De Niro, and Chris Kennedy will be having a special surprise for you guys because it's a whole effing show, if you know what I mean. That is right. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the host, Stevie's What I've seen with my other host, Mike De Niro here, Mr. DeLorean himself. He's a DeLorean, DeLorean. Mm-hmm. And of course, Mr. 69 himself, because he has the 69 answers, facts, reasons, opinions. I don't want to say the rest of it. If you want to look into that, go to
Instagram, MGC_ or ONK. Yeah. Subscribe. I post a lot of fun things on my Instagram stories.
He is very unky, though. That's just how he feels. But Matt Callis, let the people know what the COD, what the Wrestling DeLorean, what the Fate Destroyed, what MGC, what the League, what the fuck do we do on this channel and on audio platforms? Excuse my language, everybody.
We don't make podcasts. We make history.
Must bid you adieu, a goodbye, mwah, and good night. Oh my God, it's so great. Bang! Yes!